All right. Hi, everyone. I decided, hey, why not do a live watch along show for the game that we've all been looking forward to, Colts at or Jets at Colts, actually. I think it should be fun. So, yeah, I think this could be a fun, thing to do. Obviously, once the game starts, we'll have more to talk about, still have a few minutes. Uh, what I'm interested in most is I think the real intrigue heading into this game has to be the Mike White of it all, right? How good is Mike White? How good is this Jets team really? Or did they just kind of get lucky? That's kind of what I'm interested. Let me know in the chat. What do you think? Or how much are you buying into the Mike White thing? Someone asked, "Where's Kyle?" No, Kyle. Just gonna be me tonight. Basically, what happened was I just I was gonna make a video on this, and I said, "Hey, let's try a watch along, see how this goes." So I think it should be fun. Couple things I'm interested in. I can't believe I'm excited for a Jets game. Yeah, you and me both. Absolutely agreed. Couple things I'm interested in. Just looking at sort of some of Mike White's statistics from the small sample size we've seen. One interesting factor is you look at his passer rating for play action or passer rating when he's not on play action. Passer rating when he doesn't use a play action is 97. When he does, 60.2. So that's a very interesting stat. Not a very good play action quarterback so far in the small sample size. Wondering if that small sample size, and that's kind of the intrigue of Mike White, is just how much of this is the small sample size, how much of it is is this real? Another very interesting statistic is he only threw the ball 3 times over 20 yards down the field last game. Only one was complete. This is according to Pro Football Focus, which so that's what they have, which is fascinating for me. I think of that or this is the entire season, so not just last game, but both games. So only 3 completions, 20 yards down the field. Over 50% of his passes in general are within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage. So 20 are behind the line of scrimmage, 20 are in that 10 to 20 range. So interested to see if he does have to push the ball down the field, what will he do more? One last fascinating stat for me is the blitzed versus not blitzed numbers. So you have Mike White. When he's gotten blitzed, numbers go way down. So are we going to see the Colts, who don't blitz a ton, are we going to see them blitz a lot this game, right? So his passer rating when he isn't blitzed, 105.4. When he is blitzed, 45.8. So that's kind of my intrigue. Let me know. Let's see, we've got Luke Brown. I'm a Dolphins fan, and I'm rooting for Mike White. That's how special he is. Yeah, no, it's been interesting. I think, my gut reaction heading into this game, and I won't use the way I feel to then impact the way I'm going to watch this game. My gut reaction is Mike White got lucky the first week, did some stuff well, and maybe is a solid quarterback, but maybe is a Taylor Heineke situation where in the small sample size we've seen of him kind of overperforms what we typically expect. That would be my guess, but I don't know. It's fascinating. So realizing maybe I could have started this a few minutes later. So, I don't have a ton to talk about at this point. Let's see, 2008 redraft. Number 1, Mike White. Number 2, Lamar Jackson. Number 3, Josh Allen. That seems reasonable. I think that's totally fair. Let me get a drink. The getting a drink aspect of this is going to be difficult, right? I still haven't gotten that down. And the one man versions of these live shows still am yet to get down the getting a drink part of it. All right, so we're at the commercial. There might be a bit of a delay, so your feed might be a bit faster than my feed due to the fact that I'm watching on YouTube TV. So there's already like a 5-second delay there. But then when this feed gets broadcasted to you, there's going to be a bigger delay. So we're going to have to deal with a delay for a bit. We can talk about Carson Wentz for a second. He's another intriguing figure here. So, Carson Wentz actually hasn't been horrible under pressure this season. Passer rating of 74.6. That's actually on the high end. So you expect that to go down, but for someone like Wentz, who's historically tough under pressure, that's actually pretty decent. So that's an interesting statistic that I have there. Yes, we won't spoil. Don't worry. Yeah, should say that. No spoilers in the chat. Don't say anything until after I've reacted to it, right? So if there's a touchdown, don't say touchdown until I react to the touchdown, that kind of stuff. Yeah, so maybe some other things. You look at Wentz. I mean, Wentz is pretty like average, like what you would expect across the board in terms of like, how far down the field he does and how accurate he is there. Does better as he gets further down the field. Although he really thrives in that 10 to 20 range, passer rating of 128 in that area. So that's where he wants to stay, which makes sense. That's kind of where the Frank Reich offense attacks a lot anyways. So that stuff checks out, I think, in a big way. And, again, play action versus no play action, virtually no difference. So that's the sort of the analytical scouting report. I think my first thought is when you're attacking Mike White, you got to go in there being ready to blitz something. You got to be ready to have a good amount of blitzes. See if you can fool Mike White. That's just the case with all young quarterbacks, and it should be the case with White. So we'll see how that goes. So yeah, should be an interesting game. Who do you guys have winning this? Colts are obviously the heavy favorite. Colts are the heavy favorites in this one at 10.5. I think my gut says give me the Colts minus 10.5. That's where I'm leaning here. Let's see. How do you feel about Chiefs fans celebrating Aaron Rodgers getting COVID? I don't have a strong opinion on that, to be honest. I mean, of course it's going to happen. I don't know. I'm not going to really get into that too much because it's that, the whole COVID thing, vaccination thing. Just an argument I don't feel like having. Winner, Mike White. Loser, Zach Wilson. Well, we'll see. I still think Zach Wilson's the answer. Again, part of that is I was such a big fan of Zach Wilson, the prospect. I still think that it would be. I think this is good for Wilson, though. I think that Wilson can learn some things like, okay, hey, take the checkdowns, throw the ball quickly. Good stuff can happen. I do think that. Luke Brown. I think the Colts win this. Yeah, that seems like the expected outcome. But we'll see. Hey, anything can happen on any given Sunday, especially when it's Thursday. So we'll see what happens. So, question right off the bat: Carson Wentz wearing a mask because I believe he's unvaccinated. I'm not sure exactly, but I believe that's at least the rumor. But then he pulls his mask down, and then licks both his fingers before touching the ball. Like, okay, what are we doing here then? If that's, I don't understand that. Congrats on 100K. Thank you, Nicholas. Appreciate that. All right, so we're getting ready to kick off here. I'll try to keep you updated as to where I'm at. So if you want to sort of pause your screen to sync up, we can do that. So here we go. They're showing Sanchez, the kicker, getting ready to kick it away. And it's kicked right now. So we are off. All right. So I don't know if I'm going to call the game or just sort of react to it. I'm going to take it out of his own end zone, and he's going to get a good run. Gets the angle. Oh, cannot get the angle. Braxton Berrios. And then there's a flag late. Usually those are always on the returning team. So we'll see how that does. Do you think my Packers have a chance this week? I do. I think so. I think that, I don't think that they're screwed with Jordan Love. The Chiefs have been not that great so far. So I think so. Jackson gives better play-by-play than Joe Buck. I actually think Joe Buck is good. I think that Joe Buck gets too much criticism. I think giving play-by-play is it's hard to do. It's a lot easier when you're kind of in a YouTube setting where no one really expects that much. And you can kind of just be yourself. When there's a certain way you have to be on the broadcast, that's tough. All right, Mike White has taken the field. Will the legend of Mike White continue or will it not? We will see. So 13 seconds on the play clock for the first play, taking it at their own 10. So I'm assuming the penalty was on the Jets then. That makes sense. They're going to run a play action here, and they have an open tight end right away. And the Mike White era continues with a 12-yard gain, continuing with this Mike White only gaining 2 yards and still making stuff happen. So there we go. All right, right off the bat. Mike White. Colts, what are we doing? How do you let that happen right away? I actually think there's an intrigue with the Colts here because they do like to play a lot of zone coverage. So right here, looks like it might be a cover 3 zone. I'm assuming, probably a cover 1 man. Yeah, showing cover 1 man here. So this is what you want to do. Play man coverage. Jets are in 5 wide. Don't love that. Mike White gets rid of the ball quickly, and there you go. See, that's the right coverage. Play man coverage. You're going to have a guy in the area. The Jets don't have receivers that can win one-on-one. I think that the Jets, if they're going to win this, they're going to have to run the ball and run play action like we saw on that first play. Mike White already feasting. Hey, the hype has lasted. See, what do you guys think about this plan? I said this in my podcast. I think this is a good move, right? For Mike White, just say, hey, like my calf hurts. I got a back issue. Like, get me out of the game. You got to do something where it's not like, too serious. But hey, someone will pay us. Okay, so here we go. Cover 2 zone right here. This is where Mike White had success in the past, or maybe cover 3 now. It's zone coverage of some kind. So let's see what they do. Probably going to look for a check down once again. Mike White. There you go. Check. What are you doing, Colts? You know what Mike White's going to do. He's going to hit the check down. Mike White does it again. So there we go. Mike White hype continues. Mobile Mike. Yeah, he was looking to run. Nothing there. There you go. Wow. And good job by the Jets offensive line, too. Jets offensive line's been taking way too much criticism. It's played well. It really has. I think a lot of the issues have been Zach Wilson. It hasn't been the offensive line. And we'll probably see people have a better feeling with the offensive line once White is in there. So there you go. Again, I don't know what exactly the Colts were doing on that play. 5 seconds on the play clock, 12:47. We have a running play. Oh, no, it's going to be back to Mike White. What's going to happen? Throwing down the field, and that should have been intercepted. Ends up being incomplete. Well, hey, at least even his turnover-worthy plays are exciting. Listen, so let's see what happens. They're going to show the back angle throw. Fun play. And he had an opening. I see why he did it. Honestly, so he does need to get it a little higher up. But this is a young player who hasn't played with NFL talent and don't realize, because 44 had his back turned. But he had time to turn around and read the play. Good play there by the Indianapolis Colts player. Who is that? 44. That's I'm missing a run here for a couple yards, but want to make sure I get the guy. That's Zaire Franklin, who has 97 snaps. But good play, getting his head turned around. Got to finish, Joe. Got to make the catch. Zach, I like, but trying to hit a home run all the time, I agree. I mean, listen. Zach Wilson has very much looked like a rookie this year. Like, there's no denying that. I think he can get better and grow. And I think sitting out some can help him. So here we go. All right. So we have a 3rd down and 6 right here. I hate that run call, but that's conversation for the other day. And now the Colts doing a lot more smart things. Cover 1. They might even blitz here. No blitz, but they're playing to cover 1 man. Mike White. What happened? That must have been tipped, right? What happened here? By the way, well, this is new to me. JK, you always stream? I don't always stream. I just kind of said, hey, randomly, I was getting ready to make a video, and I said, hey, let's just live stream, see how that goes. So what must have been tipped, right? There you go. Defender got in. I was watching down the field. So, okay. I mean, would have been maybe nicer for White to get the ball out, but that's tough. 3rd downs, a lot of sacks happen on 3rd downs because you don't just, make your decision as quickly when your first read isn't open. Sometimes you'll throw the ball away on 1st down, but on 3rd down, you want to find something else that can result in sacks, that can result in pressures, that can result in fumbles. So see, like, O-line is not playing well right now. Well, let's go back. Let's go back to that play. Like, I'm rewinding on my feed. I know you guys can't see that, but I'm going to just do a very unofficial count on this to see where we're at. So it's snapped right at 12:22. Yeah, I mean, that was 3.5 seconds. I mean, that was time. So I get it. I get the logic behind, like, oh, offensive line, you gave up the pressure. But there was time to make a throw on a typical play. The issue is they just needed more time on a 3rd down. And that's really why. Because, again, this is the issue. If the offensive line always gets the blame when a play doesn't go well, a lot of times it's because, nothing's open. Because nothing's open down the field, and then Mike White holds on to the ball for too long, which is understandable, but then that creates the pressure. All right, so thanks to everyone who's watching live. I appreciate that. It's kind of fun. So, let me know if you like this kind of stuff. We'll see how it goes. If you guys like this, I'll do this more often. If you prefer the film study videos after the fact, I'll do that instead. Just trying some stuff. So, interesting stuff there. I think I didn't love a lot of what the Colts did, but they did the right thing on 3rd down. They did the right thing a couple of times, and the hope is they start to learn. I don't know why you didn't blitz at all. I don't know why they didn't blitz once. I get it. You're the Colts. You don't love to blitz. I get all of that. I wish they would blitz more. And again, you got through it. You got done of that. So it's not the end of the world, but I think you should blitz more. That's kind of the way I view it. Um, but yeah, so flip side, what do the Colts do here on offense? I think there's a very real chance the Colts just kind of drive right down the field. I'm really fascinated in seeing because the Jets defense is odd, where they've had some really good moments, but individually, I don't feel like they have a ton of great players. So is it scheme dependent, and can Frank Reich tear that apart? That's really really fascinating to me. So yeah, yeah. Okay, so some people in the comments saying they like the live stream. Yeah, I think I will. I'll do these every now and then. I think that's the move. Part of it too is like, just like for my life, like it's sometimes not too convenient, especially the Thursday night live streams. But I'm going to a wedding tomorrow, so I kind of just am sitting around doing nothing for today and the rest of the day. I've already made all my videos for the week, so that's what. So that's kind of where I'm at. So yeah. Interesting stuff. I don't have too much else to talk about on the first drive. So we're going. I guess one thing I'll say as well is I think it's a little silly, the Zach Wilson slander after Mike White has a good game. Like that's not how football works. Like it just isn't. And you can learn some stuff from a new quarterback getting in there, which I think we saw. Okay, game's back on. We'll talk about that later. 17 seconds on the play clock for the first snap. That'll be at the 12-yard line, so not great field position. Going to just run the ball, and wow, huge hole there for the Indianapolis Colts. I mean, that was as open as it gets. Jets were running cover 2, so that's why. So the Jets playing 2 safety deep, and real quick, Colts taking advantage. We now have 11 minutes and 4 seconds left on the game clock. Carson Wentz is under center and single safety deep, so they quickly got rid of that. Jumped off sides, perhaps? Yep, jumped off sides, and they still run the ball well enough to get the first down. So good running so far for the Colts. We'll see if that continues if the Jets continue to move that safety down. That first safety wasn't great. I'm assuming this flag is the offsides. Zach slander is premature. He's a rookie, needs more time to mature. And listen, if you didn't like Zach Wilson as a prospect, then it's fair to dislike him now. Like, I think that's fair to say. It all depends on how you viewed him as a prospect. A lot of people don't really study college players. They just kind of casually watch and then watch them once they get into the NFL. So if that's the case, then yeah, you should probably hold on. And if you're a fan of him, you should probably hold on. If you don't like him, then you're allowed to say you don't like him, but that's how I view it. Colts need to stick with the run game. I think I agree. So here we go. We got another situation where Jets playing far back. Up my screen froze. Okay, here we go. Running again, and there you go. Some better run defense. Still a 4-yard gain. You'll take that for the Colts, but you can live with that more than the 9-yard gain. Hey, the Jets have more wins against winning opponents this year than the Bucs. That's funny. I didn't know that. That's a funny stat. The Jets are weird, right? Where their 4 wins these past 2 years have all been against good teams. So they're okay. Jets still playing cover 2. We got exactly 10 minutes left right now in the game clock. So Jets with a couple safeties deep, kind of shake. Okay, no, they faked it. Carson Wentz hit as he's thrown. Good stuff there by the New York Jets. What happened there? I'm going to rewind on my feed to see exactly. I was looking down the field. So, okay, here we go. I see. So they were trying to get the screen pass going and I still missed it. I don't know. Weird play. There we go. So it looked like that was a miscommunication. I think that looked like the right guard, I believe it was, tried to pass him off and I don't know if he knew exactly what was happening. Maybe he thought Wentz was going to get rid of the ball quickly. That was weird. I don't know. I'd have to watch it a couple more times. Sometimes it takes like 7 tries to really figure out what happened. Don't have enough time. We got to move on to the next play. Man coverage here by the Jets. So 3rd down and 6. Passing situation. Do the Colts have a receiver who can beat man? Not really, but no, they were dropped into zone, and there you go. Michael Pittman picks up the first down. So, there you go. Michael Pittman actually has had some really good games for the Colts, especially in primetime. He was really good against So they showed man, ended up playing zone. They fooled me, but Pittman was able to get underneath it. So good read by Wentz there. Yeah. So, interesting stuff. Yeah, Michael Pittman. Wow, I didn't realize Michael Pittman had 603 yards. Good for him. So, Michael Pittman, that's a good good get right there. I mean, I would still like to have a more complete receiving core, but at least they have a guy. So there you go. Deep cover two play here for the Jets, probably cover two zone. And so Wentz is going to run to play action, and he has an open. I thought he had an open receiver, sort of, to his left, kind of in the honey hole area. Instead, takes the check down, still moves the ball down the field though, so worked out. So by the way, what I'm saying is sort of cover two. The way to view it is, there's two safeties. If my screen is the football field, two safeties here, and then you have five players kind of in this area. So usually right over, like right over here and then right over here, those areas are both going to be open. I thought Wentz had a guy there, but took the check down and still gained 8 yards. So you'll take that. Let's see what they're doing here. So Jets disguising a little bit right here. Looks like it's probably going to be a cover 3 zone, I guess. It looks like it is. And Wentz, quick play action. Good job. That's that Frank Wright special, right? Quick play action. Get rid of the ball quickly. Pick up 5 yards or so. Colts are driving here. They did need that 3rd and 6 to kind of bail them out. But since then, they've been looking good. Because again, the way I always view a good offense is avoid 3rd downs. Don't worry about converting on 3rd down. Get the 1st down on 1st or 2nd down. I also want to see some explosives, but we'll take this for now, especially when the Jets are playing so much cover 2. Let's see what they're doing here. Looks like it's not a cover 2. It's going to be what are they doing here? Here we'll have to wait and see. Could be man, is what I'm assuming is the case. Nope, cover 3. Wentz throws the ball, gets a good gain. Again, they're taking what the defense gives them so far. It's very much a methodical drive so far. So again, when teams play zone, you're typically going to have some underneath stuff a lot more than when teams play man. So both of these teams are playing a lot of zone, which means that you're going to get a lot of that. And so that's what Mike White had success on against the Bengals, was a lot of this stuff. And now you're seeing Carson Wentz basically do the Mike White thing to the team last week. So here we go. You have, looks like, okay, we have a running play, and Hines, gets the edge, and oh wow, he scored on that. So there you go. I mean, and then sometimes you just do that. I said I want more explosives. There you go. There's the explosive. That's not how they drew it up, but it worked out. Looked like he hit his own offensive lineman, and sometimes that helps when you hit your own offensive lineman because it gets guys to move in different directions, but then you end up bouncing the other way. So not exactly how you control that. Let's see what exactly happened here. So he's going to run into his own offensive lineman and kind of just, you see, because the entire line shifts to their right because that's where Hines is running. But Hines basically stops in his tracks because he hit his own guy, but now he's able to go to the other side. So, you got to keep contained there. Yeah, I agree. I think that you do have to keep contained there. I'll go back and watch it again, kind of break it down. Looked like the corners did not do a great job on this play. And listen, corners, they don't like tackling. I get it. But it seems like that's a huge element because the linebackers got blocked. Okay, that happens. But yeah, all the corners went they took all 3 of those defensive backs that were in the area took horrible angles to make the tackle. So it was already going to be a good run and a 1st down, but that's what turned it into a touchdown. Good job by Nyheim Hines. Good running job. I mean, good drive by the Jets. Or I keep confusing these teams. I don't know why. Good drive by Indianapolis for sure. And this is kind of not the best drive by for the Jets defense. Always a good formula when you can get 3 offensive linemen 8 yards off the line of scrimmage. Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing is typically, when I want to go back and watch it again, typically when I make these breakdowns, I don't just watch it once and then say it. I watch these things like 10 times before I make the video, and I still miss stuff. So it happens. I'm trying to figure out what exactly happened because it was a tight end and 2 offensive linemen. So let's see how that happened. So it looks like what they're going to do is probably just leave an edge rusher unblocked. And yeah, I mean, you already had 2 guys moving up to the 2nd level, but then with the edge rusher, you get that 3rd guy. Interesting stuff. Kyler Murray is the GOAT. All right. Well, there we go. That's nice to know. I guess Kyler Murray is the GOAT. You know what I'm a little jealous of during these live streams? When people do the play-by-play, they get to shut up during the commercial. They don't have to do anything during the commercial. And then they retalk during the game. I have to keep, saying stuff during the commercial. So interesting, right? A lot of what we talked about is the Colts like to they have the most success throwing the ball, 10 to 20 yards down the line of scrimmage or past the line of scrimmage. I mean, on this play, like they didn't do that at all. They on this drive, they didn't do that at all. A lot of misspeaking in that sentence. So there you go. Hey, Trey Lance, the great Trey Lance is back. Trey Lance is the GOAT. TJ Levy, not a big fan of commercials. So there you go. Trey Lance greater than Brady. All right. How long have you been a Tampa Bay fan? Since I got into football. I mean, I'm from Tampa Bay, so I've been going to games. Fun fact, I've gone to 3 Buccaneers games that went to overtime, and we lost all 3. There was a game against the Raiders when Derek Carr threw for 500 yards against us. There was a game against the Vikings when we lost in the first play of overtime. Austin Seferian-Jenkins fumbled, and actually it was the second play because, it got overturned. They got to the 1-yard line, I believe. Or no, maybe it wasn't. I think it was on like the first play. It was a fumble return for a touchdown. Either that or I remember there was a long review to figure out if it was a touchdown or not. But like they ended up it would have been first and goal at the 1-yard line anyways. So you can kick a field goal. Who would have cared? And then also against the Lions, that was an interesting one because we lost to the Lions in overtime. We won 10 games that year. If we won that game, we would have gone to the playoffs. Instead, we lose that game. Aaron Rodgers and the Packers get the 6th seed. They go on to win the Super Bowl. So kind of an interesting what if the Buccaneers won the game that I was at, then they would have gone to the playoffs. They would have, probably lost round 1, but then, Rodgers wouldn't have a ring. Let's see. Okay, so these are all the, the I saw like the Mike White headlines are good. Yeah, they were very good. Okay, game back on. 12 seconds left on the play clock here on the first play at the 25-yard line. Man in motion. Is it a jet sweep? Is it a handoff? It's neither. And high throw, and that could have been dangerous. Dangerous tip there. Go to a live game and live stream it. Go to a Bucks game and live stream it on YouTube. I don't know if that's possible. I know that the Barstool Sports did that with Islanders games, but I don't know if I have those to pull that off. I think I'm behind a little bit. Okay, yeah, I missed the play. So now it's 3rd down and 10. I got to rewind that. My stream was behind when I went back to watch stuff. I forgot to fast forward it. So the play was a zone coverage play. Mike White, he kind of had something there. I don't know what he was doing. Okay, not the best drive for Mike White. That's all right. Listen, Mike White, our Lord and Savior, he's going to turn it around. Right? We got a Jets offense looking rough. Please, just get him off to a slow start. It'll be fine. No, I totally didn't pick the wrong game to live stream. This will be fantastic. I don't know why I'm struggling to speak so much. I need more water, I guess. All right. So, hey, and the Colts aren't playing the coverage that I said they should play too much. I mean, they're going to play a deep zone here. All right, Mike White, there you go. Gets the first. Oh, yeah, they did get the first down. I mean, I don't know what the Colts were doing there, but good read by Mike White. I mean, they were playing so far off. I just don't know what they're thinking there. Look at this. I mean, you have that wide open gap in coverage and a great catch, man. I mean, that was a good play. I mean, again, a bit of a high throw. You didn't need to throw it that high. But I'm nitpicking. I mean, you got the ball there quickly. That was the important thing. Keelan Cole made a couple of nice catches these past couple of weeks. Keelan Cole, he's been a nice addition to this team. So there you go. Colts are playing man. So we'll see. We still yet to see Mike White do anything against a man coverage. And we still won't because it's a running play for a good gain, 5-6 yards or so. So here we go. I mean, the thing about the running game is what I've always said is like, okay, a running game does help a young quarterback, but a bad running game doesn't. So a lot of times what we've seen with the Jets so far this season is the running game's getting like 2 yards a carry. At that point, you're making it more difficult on your quarterback. But getting the ball further down the field, that's the goal. And so if your running game isn't working, start throwing it. But at least the running game's working so far. Okay, so let's see what we have here. What do you do? What do you call up? Another sort of jet sweep motion, another play action. Going to throw down the field to an open receiver down the field. Again, these are concepts that I'm not really surprised like the Jets are running. Maybe it's tough with the Colts because they don't have the tape, but it's just an out route against cover 3. That's something you can absolutely do consistently. So Mike White just making the right decisions, reading the plays, and good route by Keelan Cole. But again, you should be more prepared for this kind of stuff. You really should. All right, so we have a zone coverage play. Looks like a cover 3 zone. Could be cover 2 though. It's going to be a running play, and they get nothing there. So that's and again, this is what I mean now, where it's like you want to say run the ball, help out your young quarterback. Well, you haven't helped him out now. Now it's 2nd down and 11. Now you put more pressure on him. And if you run the ball again and create a 3rd down and 7, now you really haven't helped him out. All right, 2nd down and 12 right here. So what do? Probably another quick pass, right? I mean, if they're going to keep playing this zone coverage, take the underneath stuff. Do what Mike White does well. So let's see. We have again, zone coverage play. So take a check down here. And if you're the Colts, be prepared for a check down. And they are not really. Eventually got. And Mike White down the field for a big completion. How about that Jets offensive line, huh? I mean, all day for that one. I mean, that was a long time right there. So you had, stuff over the middle. I mean, listen, if you're playing zone, you got to get pressure. They're not getting pressure. So a lot of stuff going well for this Jets offense. Jets offense is alive and well. Got a zone coverage play again. Mike White going to throw the ball to a wide open receiver, Elijah Moore, for a touchdown. And Mike White, the legend of Mike White continues. Wow. So again, what I think happened was Elijah Moore faked as though it was kind of an out route, and I went down the field and just got someone out of position. Or is this just a blown coverage? What happens? So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. That was a weird play by Xavier Rhodes. I don't know what he was really thinking there. I mean, you have safety help over the top, but multiple receivers ran deep. You got to stick with him. Good job of Mike White for noticing it. So far, I do have to say, not the best defensive scheme for the Colts. I don't know what they're doing. I just don't. Why have they blitzed Mike White once? I don't think they have. Like why have you not blitzed this guy a single time when you know that should be what the mindset. And this is why I feel like analytics are something teams should use. Is if you are preparing for this game, you say, okay, what is Mike White good at? You see the numbers that he is not the best at against the blitz in a small sample size. It hasn't been a big sample size. So why not just, try it out? Try some blitzing and see if it works. Luke Brown, is this really reality? Is this really happening? It's happening. It's absolutely happening right here. This is the real thing. And again, I feel like I'm not being a hater, right? Like this does feel like there's open guys. And again, that's part of football. Like that's half of football is just to hit the open guys. I mean, how many quarterbacks have we seen get big contracts just because they can do the simple stuff? So Mike White, I mean, I still want to see more, but it's looking promising. He's at least to me showing that he can be like that tier 3 quarterback, like that solid quarterback. And we'll see how high of a level can he do it. Mike White owns you, Jackson. Why does he own me? What has he done to me? He hasn't done anything to me. Let's see. It's always defense's fault against Mike White. He's doing well. What do you want me to say? You want me to say it's good defense? You think this is good defense, leaving a receiver open down the field? I don't know. Whatever. Next Brady. No, he is not the next Tom Brady. Why do people keep saying this? Not the best Tom Brady. Next Tom Brady. Playing well, though. I mean, I guess I don't know. Maybe he could be the next Tom Brady, but it just seems like it's a weird, insanely high expectations so far. Let's see what the Colts do though. Colts are not. I don't think they're dumb like the. I mean, I crushed the Bengals for running this coverage last week, and the Colts are running the exact same coverage. So we'll see. And again, I just want to put this stuff in context, right? Like. Mike White has been playing well. I mean, let's do the other side. Oh, is he hurt? He's holding his arm. Oh, geez, don't be hurt. I gotta listen in. I don't know what it is. I mean, that would be just be. I mean, in fairness, I sort of joked about, hey, pretend fake an injury at a certain point, you'll get a big paycheck. I mean, this might actually be a good thing for Mike White financially, but I mean, you can never hope for a guy to get hurt if you didn't see it. So kickoff just happened. Mike White is seen on the sideline holding his hand. There's a trainer sort of touching stuff to his arm. Hopefully, he's fine and can play through it. But yeah, that's tough. I mean, like, listen, they just showed the replay for that play. That was a blown coverage. It was a blown coverage. Credit to Mike White for making the throw, but it was a blown coverage. So that is what happened. So Mike White is better than 10 starters right now. I don't disagree. I really don't. Cover 2 zone for the Jets. Let's see if Carson Wentz can take advantage of the Jets' kind of questionable decision making. So we see the running play, really good fake by the Jets. So there's 3:20 left in the first quarter. For the Jets, I really liked that play where they kind of faked as though they were running cover 2, but one safety crashed down right at the last second. Good disguise. They run the football thinking it's cover 2, but are able to stop the run well. So good job there. So stop being passive aggressive with Mike White. What do you want me to say? I'm going to give my opinions, and if you don't like it, you can, you don't have to agree with it. Like that's how it is. Cover 3 zone for the Jets. Let's see what happens. You're going to see little fake play block from Carson Wentz, and then you see Jonathan Taylor trying to get some yards, and not a lot going there. That's always fun. I like this comment. Mike White once killed a man by hitting him with a football 1,000 yards away. I heard that. Yeah, I heard that. That's not great. Mike White is a murderer, but other than that, solid football player though. No, it's Hines. Not I said Taylor. 21, not 28. So yeah. All right. 3rd down and medium. What do you do here? What's the play call here? Playing man. Go deep. Right. Michael Pittman 1-on-1 on the bottom of the screen. Let's go deep. Let's take a shot. That's what I would do. So 3 seconds on the play clock. Carson Wentz takes the snap, and you are going to see, nope, just a quick route. Is the Michael Pittman, though. Correct read. I mean, Michael Pittman, hey, so far, especially against these Jets corners, he's going to win. He's the guy on this one. So on man coverage, look out for number 11 for the Colts. Really good route there. Kind of a little bit of a rubber route. So good job there. Luke Brown says Pittman starting out strong. I agree. So let's see. Carson Wentz has barely had to do anything, by the way. I mean, 5 for 6, 49 yards. So efficiency is good, but I mean, he's done nothing. I mean, this has been a game that's been won or lost by the surrounding cast so far, in my opinion. 7 seconds on the play clock. You have let's see what the Jets are doing. You're going to see a play action. Let's see Carson Wentz going for the long ball. Carson Wentz, what are you doing? Incomplete. Whew, I mean, I don't know about that one. Wentz throwing into double coverage. Bit of a dangerous decision there. I don't know. I mean, so you can kind of see why this would work, but he just underthrew it. That's what happened. Is if you're going to throw that, you have to get it there. He put way too much air under it. So it's not necessarily the decision, but it's you got to bomb it there. You can't underthrow it. So what's happening here? Wentz taking his helmet off. I got to listen. Oh, is there an injury? Okay, so some sort of injury, so that sucks, but hopefully that's all right. Surprised there's no PI on that. I mean, that's kind of true. Like, I feel like they do call a lot of pass interferences on like those underthrown passes, but I like when they don't. So yeah. All right. What do we think of this game so far now? So let me give chat in the comments below. What are your, I guess just in the chat, not below, to decide. What do you feel about Mike White, like, for real? Like, that's kind of the question so far. Because my thing is, I feel like he's done a good job of running an offense and a good job of hitting the open guys, which is more than we can say for Zach Wilson. But the question is, what's the ceiling for Mike White? We haven't seen it yet. Not to say that it doesn't exist, but just, again, for me, I'm coming into Mike White blind. I don't know anything about his college history. I don't know anything about this. All I know is what I've seen in the NFL. And I've seen him do a great job of running an offense. I haven't seen him do too much else, but that's what I'm seeing so far. So TJ says, I feel like he's a good story. I hope he's not a Taylor Heineke repeat. Yeah, I mean that's where I am as well. And kind of the interesting factor is like with the Taylor Heineke stuff, you know, the football team didn't have a backup quarterback. So for them, it was completely, or didn't have a starting quarterback. So for them, it was completely like a, hey, if he's awesome, this is just a straight up win. For the Jets, it's just such a weird situation because people have brought up the Kirk Cousins situation, but that's different because the Washington Redskins at the time, they drafted RG3 with the second overall pick and then got Kirk Cousins in the third round. Mike White, they didn't draft. I mean, he's been in the league since 2018. So just an even more interesting thing. But I definitely think that, again, unless they just loved what they saw on his college tape, I think you'd be silly to like go all in with Mike White. I think you go all in with Zach Wilson. And if that doesn't work out, then hey, you try Mike White. But that's what I would do. But someone will absolutely pay Mike White. Someone will take a chance on him, even if it's like like what the Washington football team did. See, I agree it's a fun and good story, but realistically, it's one good game or bad. Can't possibly have a good read on him until he has a few games at least. Yeah, I think that's the fair take. So trade Wilson for a defensive player or OLM. Don't know what that means, but I think that would be a bit. I would not do that. See, so quick screen pass, game's back on to Hines. Hines, good blocking outside, and they're going to get near the first down here. 54 seconds left in the half right here. So, yeah, I mean, good stuff by the. Hey, Mike White got hit in the face. Come on, they call everyone else on those. Anyone touches their head hits Mike White. Call a flag on that. Not old enough to get the calls, I guess. You know how it goes. By the way, I don't like that those get called, but if you're going to call it on Brady, call it on Mike White. All right, here we go. 3rd and 1. Jets stacking up front. So Carson Wentz shifting to probably a passing play or an outside run. Probably an outside run, actually. And it is going to be, nope, it's an inside run. But, Jonathan Taylor gets loose. Can he get past the safety? No, he can't. Oh, that would have been a touchdown. Oh, that was close. Almost got a touchdown instead. We will go to the end of the first quarter. Jets are tied. Who would have thought this? I said going in, I think that I would pick the Colts to cover the 10-point spread. Still could, but good stuff there. So, Jackson, you're way behind, my guy. How far behind am I? Because I'm live on YouTube TV. So it might just be the YouTube itself, the live stream, because, I'm on YouTube TV watching it, so the actual stream is like maybe like if you're watching on TV on cable, it's probably like 5 to 10 seconds faster. So if it's the big difference is just from the stream of me getting to you guys, it's not from my stream getting to me. So I'm doing what I can. It's kind of YouTube up to YouTube there. Let's see, probably 20 seconds ago. Okay, well, I mean, I think that's fine. Like I'm not going to get better than 20 seconds. 20 seconds. I mean, that's kind of what we're doing. If you're watching on a service where you can pause it, you can shift it. If not, we'll just have to sort of deal with that. So, interesting stuff. I've noticed so far, it seems like the numbers go up when Mike White is in. I think people want to hear me talk about Mike White more than Carson Wentz. So, have you done a video on Michael Pittman? Guy looks awesome. I haven't. I might. Colts videos don't do too well. Like, to some degree, this is a business, and I do have to, this is what pays the bills. So I can't just make all the videos on kind of like teams that don't do as well. But I also say I want to always make sure I at least get, every team some love. So I might make one on him at some point. So I other than my annual Carson Wentz made a dumb, or my weekly Carson Wentz made a dumb interception video, maybe I could do a Michael Pittman video. We'll see. Who would you want to get for a Mike White trade-wise? That's a good question. Chat, what would you trade for Mike White? Let's say you're a team let's say you're Washington, right? You don't have a long-term answer at quarterback. How much would you give up for Mike White? Would you give up a second? Like maybe, right? I mean, there's the potential of a really good quarterback, and if you can get that for a second, I would take that. So maybe a second. I don't think I can go a first. I would say a 2. So yeah, I think it would be. I think that's fascinating. What do you do? And for the Jets, is there some logic behind if Mike White plays well in this one, and like Zach Wilson is back? Like, what do you if you don't believe in Mike White, which maybe they do? If you don't, then do you try to make sure that you can shut one of them down and trade the other one? Whether it's Mike White or Zach Wilson, whoever you believe in. Cover two zone. So I'm seeing a lot of third or fourth. So people, hey, apparently I'm higher than Mike White than most people. So there you go. Although I think I'm just higher on the quarterback position in general. So, all right, cover three zone. Wentz is going to run it anyways, and Jonathan Taylor doing his best to gain some yards. It's tough there. I mean, when it's only one safety deep, it's going to be tough to gain some yards. Jets can stop the run with a single safety deep. The question is they can't really stop the pass there. So they've been doing a lot of disguising, right? Watch the safeties when you watch this game. You're going to see a lot of disguises. You're going to see a lot of two safeties stay deep, but then one comes in, or one safety stays deep, and that's the way to try to fool the Colts right here. That's really the way this game is played from the Colts offense to the Jets offense. So cover two man here. So man in motion, defensive back follows him. So it's probably man, could still potentially be zone, and it's going to be a handoff. So they run it against man, pick up a good amount of yards. I mean, cover two man, that's just tough to stop the run. So good job by Wentz of checking to the run and making that play. Good job by Wentz. Mike White for Aaron Rodgers trade. I like that. I like that. Or what if they just they just traded like Devontae Adams for Mike White just to piss off Aaron Rodgers even more? Get another quarterback in there. I love it. Yeah. Second, is he actually better than Minshew? I'm just saying, like, I think getting a good quarterback is so valuable that I would be willing to do that. Maybe not a second, but I mean, if I was a desperate quarterback team, there apparently isn't a great quarterback in this draft, I would consider it. So, ball is snapped, and you see another good run against cover two. Oh, is he going to get to the edge? Oh, rough tackling by these Jets corners. These Jets corners not helping too much in the running game whatsoever. So, running the ball effectively, Jets are trying to stop the pass, and hey, mission accomplished, but you're giving up rushing touchdowns, so maybe you need to start trying to stop the run a little. Use Mike White as a receiver. There you go. That's a fun little wrinkle. The old Josh McCown of it all. Josh McCown was used as a receiver a bit when he played for Detroit. Fun fact. So good touchdown there. A couple of rushing touchdowns for the Colts. And now we get to see what we're here to see. Mike White come back. So that's what we're looking for. So yeah, I mean, good stuff by the Colts. I mean, they're doing the right thing. Jets struggling a little bit. I mean, you gotta make an effort to start stopping the run now, right? Okay, good job, Colts. You established the run, play cover one, let him throw it on you. Hopefully, Wentz starts making mistakes because you're not stopping the run right now. That's what I think. What do the Jets need specifically for a good playoff team in the future? Receivers. They need better receivers. Guys have not been getting open. It's been better these past couple of weeks. And part of that might be Mike White is, hitting the open guy more, but I don't really see that. I mean, I watch all 22 and I just haven't seen guys get open at all. They need receivers who can win against man. That's really the main issue. That's really their biggest hindrance right now. Get receivers who can win against man. And you hope that Zach Wilson continues to develop or Mike White continues to develop. Because again, people are all over the spectrum on this. There's people that said, they wouldn't trade a 4th-round pick for Mike White. There's also people saying that the Jets should just get rid of Zach Wilson, who they just spent a 2nd overall pick on. So really interesting. Luke Brown, get this Colts offense off my screen. I want to see Mike White. We all do, Luke. We all do. Jets need better tight ends too. Pretty weak area. Yeah, that's fair. I really just mean like receiving options in general. So even like whether it's wide receivers or tight ends, that kind of stuff. If Mike White doesn't have a good drive, his ceiling is low. That's my hot take. His next drive defines his career. All right, I'm going with that. This is the career-defining drive. Let's go all in here. Mike White scores a touchdown, he'll be the GOAT. Okay, that's how we're going with this. Field goal, he'll be like a solid player. No field goal, maybe he could be a backup. Interception or turnover, worse than get him out of here already. Okay, that's how we're doing this. That's one. When should we cut Zach Wilson? I don't know. I don't know who Zach Wilson is. Which receivers could be potential trade offers for Wilson or White? Well, you don't have to worry about. I mean, I'm not thinking at all this year. I'm thinking like sign Chris Godwin, right? He would fit that offense well. To me, that's just like the first thing. Will Tampa Bay re-sign him? I don't know. If they don't, you got to sign Chris Godwin. I think that would be fair. And I hear Odell. Uh, I don't hate it. Like I like Odell still. It's so weird what's going on in Cleveland. I don't. I think it's worth a shot, right? You're either going to get someone who is going to be way above what their actual value is, or you're going to get someone who, doesn't work out, but you probably won't have to give up as much for it. So I think it's a risk worth taking. All right, so kickoff here, going to be into the end zone. Let's go. That's a smart move. Now, I'm of the belief at this point, unless you have Cordero Patterson, always let the ball go into the end zone. Don't even worry about it. What is this? Oh no, this is not good. No Mike White on the screen. Josh Johnson has gone into the league, which that's disappointing. The main reason I was doing this was to watch Mike White, and now he's out. He's still throwing passes though. So let's see what Josh Johnson does. I like Josh Johnson, former Tampa Bay Buccaneer. So that's fun. Let's see what he does. Cover 2 zone, a deep cover 2. What are you doing? Cover 3, and that's going to be incomplete. So that was a weird play. So they dropped an extra man into coverage. Johnson threw the ball way too quickly on that one. So, yep. Where is Joe Flacco? I guess he's just not ready yet. So that whole trade looks weird. I don't know what's going on. What are they saying? I'm going to listen in real quick and see if they're saying anything. So they don't know what's going on either. But he's still throwing the ball on the sideline. I don't know. This is disappointing for sure. We'll see what Josh Johnson does. So are the Colts playing man now? So let's see. Nope, still playing zone. Take the check down, Josh Johnson. What are you doing, Johnson? So see, here's the thing. This is the value Mike White has. Is Mike White at least is taking what the defense gives you, is throwing the ball down the field. So far from Josh Johnson, we've seen him just sit in the pocket and wait to get sacked. So Luke Brown. Oh no, this game has gone downhill fast. Yeah, I'm not too thrilled right now. Hopefully we can get some more Mike White a bit, because he's still throwing on the sideline. So let's not give up hope yet. It looks like there still could be some Mike White in the future. Also, if anyone who's if anyone's like listening to the broadcast and watching this, if they say anything saying Mike White is done or anything, let us know. Just give me a quick screen pass. Oh no, it's a fake. It's that Michael Carter going to run. He's going to get it. Oh, man, what a play. Ooh, there you go. So Michael Carter looking good. Yeah, Michael Carter, number 32. So there you go. That's fun. Listen, do what you got to do. We've seen a lot of these recently, right? These kind of trick plays. Was that a forward pass to a backwards pass? I think that might have been a forward pass to a backwards pass. If it was, that's a lot more fun way to do it. I kind of like that. For sure. So that receiver about to be quarterback 1. Yeah. Still, why is Joe Flacco never playing? That's a very fair point. I guess it's just taking him a while. Short week, still don't have the playbook down. All right. So here we go. What kind of coverage are the Colts running on this one? They're going to just run the ball. Makes sense. Try to get some yards. Josh Johnson, so the most I know about Josh Johnson was when he played for Tampa Bay for a little bit. Oh, here, they're talking about Mike White. Let me listen in. So team says he's questionable to return. So that doesn't mean that he won't return, but yeah, I don't know. That's I just hope Mike White's playing. That the game is a lot more exciting with Mike White in the game. So hopefully he comes back. But we'll give Josh Johnson a chance. Hands the ball off. They're going to run, pick up another 4 yard. Did he fumble it? What's the call here? Fumble it, or did he not? And Colts are celebrating. I got to listen in and see what they're saying. Let's see. Okay, here's the. Oh, that ball's out. Yep, that ball's out. Darius Leonard, one of the best in the business at punching the ball out. So, well, there you go. Man, so what we've all been waiting to see, the live stream of Josh Johnson talking about this stuff. And it wasn't even his fault. He hasn't, I guess it kind of is. He's not done much. Well, we'll see the Colts. Hopefully we'll see Mike White come back the next drive. But hey, it's fun to watch the Colts go against this Jets defense, right? This is interesting. So yeah. Listen, Darius Leonard continues to the way the guy gets turnovers is just absurd. And you think like, okay, turnovers are luck dependent, like they're not going to always work out, but like there still is some like dependency on like, okay, if you can punch a ball out well, you can punch a ball out well, regardless of the luck dependency. So crazy stuff. All right. So what are we thinking here? So if you're the Colts, what's the if you're the Jets, what's the strategy here? You got to start. I feel like both these teams should start blitzing, but they don't like to do that. But you got to start playing a little bit more aggressive in terms of play one safety deep, right? Let them throw on you. Make them beat you with throwing. Take that chance. Maybe even like double Michael Pittman and leave everyone else one-on-one, which would be risky, but you could try that. But I think that's what you might have to do. At least have the safety cheat over in that direction. So it's interesting. Mike White going down sucks. I think that we were all kind of looking forward to Mike White playing. That was kind of that was the appeal of this game, right? Was, hey, it's not the most exciting game, but at least Mike White's playing. Also, can you believe that we just said that? That I just said that sentence? At least Mike White's playing. Like, who would have thought we'd be saying that a couple of weeks ago? I personally said at this point that what I'm interested in with I said once Zach Wilson went down, I'm completely uninterested in the Jets. Turns out they have an even more interesting quarterback, perhaps, with Mike White. And he had both hands on the ball too. That's tough. So, isn't Saleh a defensive coach? Why is his defense terrible? He has no corners. That's the reality of the situation. You can only do so much. Like, people put too much focus on coaching, I think. Talent wins football games. And if you don't have guys who can cover, you're never going to win. So let's see. They're playing cover 2 still, so I expect them to keep running the ball. Maybe you're trying to limit possession still, even though you're down. I don't know. Play action, though. Okay, no. It's going to be a quick screen to Taylor, who's going to pick up 1,000,000 yards. So, of course that's going to happen. They're playing cover. Oh, is there a fumble again? Jets are saying they have it. This could be big. This could be huge. What's the call here, Mr. Ref? 35 seconds on the play clock is what it shows right here. If you're trying to sync up. What's the call? I guess they're saying the Colts still have it. I didn't hear a call. So again, I'm not listening to the game. I'm because I'm just talking, but I'll occasionally listen in because I'll get distracted if I try to listen. And they cut before we see the. Oh, that's a fumble. But did they recover? I paid no attention to this. It was a fumble, but I guess Jonathan Taylor covered. Okay, I see what happened. All right. So 7 seconds on the play clock. Now 4 seconds on the play clock. It's going to be a man in motion. You have a zone coverage play again. They're going to just run the football and pick up. Good tackle. Good tackle by kind of a weird play. Why did you leave the linebacker unblocked? Did someone not get off their block? What's happening here? I'm going to replay it just because I want to see what happened. So was that Nelson who missed? Yeah, Nelson couldn't get off the double team, couldn't get to his spot. Might have been a hold by the defense right there, but got away with it. So here we go. You have, Carson Wentz, 10 seconds on the play clock, 2nd down and 9. What do you do here? Wentz hasn't had to throw it that much. Only 9 throws. Zone coverage. Thinks about the check down. Instead throws to another open Pittman, who now he fumbles, and the Colts recover that one. So 2 fumbles for the Colts, and they recover them both. Man, bad luck for the Jets. Knocked the ball out twice and still don't manage to. Yeah, it looks like he punched. Okay, no, it looks so there was a punch that missed and just hit Pittman. Second punch gets it, but then good job by the Colts for getting on it. So what's that? Like 3 fumbles in 5 plays right there? That's crazy. So what's interesting is, they just showed the first downs. First down's relatively close, 7-11. So Jets playing this cover 2. Colts are going to run the ball, right? Probably I would assume a run to the left. We'll see. Run straight up and only get a couple. So good defense by the Jets. But again, is this part of the strategy for New York? Is like, hey, you're going to score, but at least you'll take a lot of time off the clock. So, like, sure, your offense will be okay, but maybe if we let you try and run the ball, they probably just like their run defense better. So they're saying, if we do try to let you throw on us, you're going to torch us. We'll try to, lose the game in the trenches. At least we can get some stops, maybe get a field goal, and then, and there'll be less possessions. That gives a better chance of an upset. I don't know. Again, a 2 safety deep look, but I don't know if it is. And they're going to run it again. Are they going to get a touchdown? No, not a touchdown. But again, when there's 2 safeties, so I say this a lot. I'm not sure, but I know I get new people that watch every day. With 2 safeties deep, you have someone who can block every single defender in the box, right? When you pull that safety down, now there's a free man who can come up and make the play. So if you have this 2 safety deep look, the Colts are going to make their blocks. Their offensive line is healthy now, and they're going to run the ball well. So that's really been the difference so far. So here we go. 3rd down and 1, 7:22 on the play clock. So they got several tight ends in this game. 3 tight ends in the play, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. They're going to run the ball to the right. Jonathan Taylor does not get it. So he doesn't get it. And now they're fighting for the football, but I thought he was down. He had to have been down, right? So, down. 4th down is going to be the call. So do you go for it here? Or do you go? So this is where analytics get very interesting, right? I think this is where analytics get very interesting because the analytics say you should go for it right here. At this spot, you should go for it. However, you're playing a much worse Jets team. And if you do go for it, that kind of maximizes the odds of you getting unlucky. And really, the way that the Colts are going to lose this game is getting unlucky. So you could make the argument that actually kicking a field goal makes more sense and going against the analytics makes more sense given the 2 teams that are playing. But then the question is, like, how good do you really think the Jets are? How good do you really think you are? And how healthy is Mike White? Because it's different with Mike White in there. They're going to go for it. Looks like, okay, call a timeout because there's only 2 seconds left on the play clock. Jackson, it's your boy Overlap here to the stream. I'm here, buddy. Why didn't you ever like or comment on the YouTube comments? I do every now and then. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like a lot of it is I just never know what to say sometimes. Like I'm not good at like I'm not good at conversations in general, really, for a lot of it. So like I always kind of feel like I'm coming off of like a boomer dad when I'm writing in the comments. Like, thanks, appreciate it. Like it just feels very like odd to me. So I usually like to put the likes in the comments, but I don't know. I do every now and then. Maybe I'll do it more. Part of it too is like, I pick my spots on when to read the comments because you can't read the comments every day. It'll make you drive you insane with all the negativity you get in YouTube comments. But I try to read, most of them. I try to make sure I at least, be a part of the offense, a part of the community. So 11 seconds on the play clock. Wentz under center, probably gonna take it himself. And did he get it? What's the call here? I think they were so close. They're gonna give it to him. Yeah, they're gonna give it to him. One of the interesting things, I guess people are saying in the chat, Jonathan Taylor may be hurt. Well, that would be not good. Yeah, didn't get it by a lot. My unpopular opinion is I think on a quarterback sneak, they should put it in the rule book. And they kind of do this, but put it in the rule book of saying if you don't know for a fact that they get the first down, you don't give it to them. Because I like to kind of disincentivize that a little bit and make it say like, hey, we're going to make it more difficult on you if you do quarterback sneak. That's how I would rule it because those things can be so difficult. So Wentz out wide, Philly? Is this Philly? No, it is not. It's just a quarterback option. Oh, is this Ellinger? Was that Ellinger in? Oh, Sam Ellinger. I saw 4. I like that. Yeah, the Taysom Hill. I said this. I called this when they drafted him. I said they were going to use him as like a Taysom Hill type. Boom, prediction came true. I'm the best. Don't pay attention to all of my other predictions. Didn't work out. I mean, they gained 1 yard, but that's fun. I like that stuff. Do you go back and read the comments after? Yeah, typically that's what I do. Typically, I'll just take like one out of every like 4 days. I'll just like read a bunch of comments. All right, so here we are. Wentz is gonna flip it, and they get there you go. All of the disastrous flips Carson Wentz has had this season get the touchdown. It's Jack Doyle with the catch. So there you go. Good stuff by the entire Colts offense. They're getting the first down. You could have argued this was pass interference. There was a block down the field that was past 1 yard. I think you could have made that argument, but whatever. Just put in Ellinger at this point. There should be we should do why not do the whole what is it? The little league stuff, right? Where if you ever playing a little league game and at baseball and there's only 8 players one game, what they do is they would always have another kid from the other team come in and play. Why not do that? Why not have have something like that? Let Sam Ellinger play. That makes it more exciting, right? Wouldn't this game be more fun if they said, Jets are what? We lose, but we're going to have Sam Ellinger play. We're just going to do that. I know it couldn't work because of the schemes and everything, but that would be fun. Jets can't win without Mike White. That's true. And I mean, they've won 3 games in the past 2 years without Mike White. Mike White's won every game he started. I mean, in fairness, I don't think any team can win with Josh Johnson. So that's another aspect here. If they keep playing Wentz, they lose draft picks, and he's not playing good anyways. I mean, he's playing fine. He hasn't had to do that much. That's the thing. It's I mean, I don't get how you can, on one hand, say Mike White is playing great, and on the other hand, say Carson Wentz isn't playing that well. They've both been basically the same player. I think that, at least in this game, for Wentz, I just think it's, I kind of agree, but I don't know. If you want to make the playoffs, it's an interesting question, right? If you're a fringe playoff team, do you lose the draft picks? Because what you do is, if you don't know, during the Wentz trade, it's there's a contingent draft pick, which is if Wentz plays more than 12 games, then it's a first round pick. If he plays less, it's a second round pick. So how valuable is jumping up those spots worth for you? And you'll have to make that decision by the end of week 12. Saints would probably win with Josh Johnson. Fair point, Alec. Yeah, you're right about that. That is a fair point. Any reason why they aren't putting Flacco in if White is out? Flacco might not even be dressed for this game. I don't know. So it might just be they only had 2 quarterbacks on the roster. My guess is Flacco just hasn't learned the playbook yet. That would be my assumption. And, Josh Johnson at least knows the playbook. Colts aren't making the playoffs, and even if they do, they can't go that far. I think that's fair. I don't totally disagree. So Flacco is inactive. Okay, well there you go. So that's the reason. Is I'm assuming the reason why they haven't they didn't activate him was because of that. So very bizarre trade, right? Because Zach Wilson might be back next week anyway. So why did you do that? You gave up basically nothing. So maybe the whole logic was to just get get Joe Flacco as essentially a player coach there. I don't know. So here we go. Kickoff about to begin. Kicking off right now. So if you're trying to sync up, there you go. You have again, good job. Let the kick fly to the end zone. Don't take it out. That's the way you do it. Oh, some flashbacks to Super Bowl III. Of course, the great upset, right? Where was what? It was an 18-point underdog, something like that. That might be too far, but it was a big upset when the Joe Namath Jets won that game. Mike White put his helmet on. I see in the chat. Okay, good. Let's go. All right, we got Mike White back. No, we don't. Why would you lie? Mike White is not back. It is instead Josh Johnson is the Tony. Getting my hopes up for Josh Johnson to come in. Gonna hand it off, and you see a good run here. Oh, good run here. Lost a shoe, but picked up 15 yards. So there you go. Michael Carter looking good. So 4 minutes and 44 seconds on the game clock. So I guess you got to take him out to put his shoe back on. That's kind of funny. Uh, why are we still here? Just to suffer? Put Mike White in. Luke, we are here because we are addicts, okay? We are not addicted to alcohol or gambling or any drugs. Maybe some of us are, but what we're addicted to is football. We could not take ourselves away. This could be two teams that aren't going to make the playoffs on Christmas morning, and we're going to all sit here and watch football. We cannot take ourselves away from football. We are addicted to Mike White. Clearly, we're still watching without Mike White. So again, they're still keep talking about it. It must be like I guess a wrist thing or something. I don't know. Very weird. Who's the emergency quarterback for the Jets if Josh Johnson gets hurt? I don't know. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully Josh Johnson is okay. 2 seconds. Johnson takes the snap. He is going to take a little screen pass, and they're going to pick up some yards right here. So there you go. Hey, listen. The offense has looked good with Josh Johnson so far. It fumbled, but like they have yet to get stopped. It's not because of Josh Johnson, but he's doing fine at just running this offense because of the coverage that they're going up against. So I wouldn't be shocked if Josh Johnson does okay. I think the Jets still have a chance. That's my hot take. Well, I mean, the problem is they can't stop the Colts, but at least on offense, I think they could do okay. If they get a couple turnovers, maybe. So you're going to see a handoff, and you're going to pick up a few yards. Dangerous tackle there. It kind of looked like it was a high hit. That was a tough-looking tackle. You got 75 people in a live stream to talk about a third-string quarterback. Hey, that's a pretty good accomplishment. I feel pretty happy that if this was 2 people watching this, I'd be like, wow, crazy. This many people are watching us talk about Josh Johnson. So thank you to everyone who is watching. So here we go. Looks like cover 3 again. So Josh Johnson, no check down, going to throw it down the field, and that one is caught. A little bit of a low throw over Darius Leonard, but he couldn't turn his head around. Is that Tyler Croft? I don't know his first name. It seems like Tyler, right? Tyler Croft. That feels like a name. Good play to make the catch. Oh, Leonard got his hand on it. Oh my God, what a catch! I didn't realize that. I thought he just caught it over his head. Darius Leonard played. Look at what Leonard did, though. Okay, so it's going to be a run play for a couple yards, whatever. What Darius Leonard did there, where he got his head turned around, or he didn't get his head turned around, but he just saw Croft and how he reacted, gets his hand up just because he was watching Croft react to it, hits the ball, it's still caught. Oh, my God, what a catch. So, and now he's banged up, so that's fun. Geez, I mean, we cannot have nice things. Yeah, Tyler Croft. I knew that. I know some things every now and then. Not that often, but so one. Okay, no, we're at the 2-minute warning here. I almost was about to say 1:59 left in the quarter. That's not how this works, Jackson. There's a 2-minute warning. Love your content, man. Go Raiders. Yes, go Raiders indeed. I'm a big Raiders fan now just because every time the Raiders win, I make a video and it gets 3 times as many views. So I love the Raiders. Raiders are my favorite team now. No, I still love the Bucks, but the Raiders are definitely up there. So, yeah. Hey, how about Leonard there? Can't punch it out now. Yeah, I guess so. I guess you can only punch it out when someone already has it in possession. So, fascinating stuff. Odds are game going 50.5 plus. Interesting. Yeah, I kind of think the weird thing about it, though, is the offenses are playing well. The points per drive is going to be high, but is the final score going to be that high simply because these teams are running the ball a lot and taking a lot of checkdowns? So that's the intrigue. It's 2:30 a.m. here, and I'm still watching you talk some Josh Johnson. You have a problem. I think it's fair to say if you're staying up this late to watch football, we all do know. We're all addicts here. We're all degenerates watching Josh Johnson play football on a Thursday night. So it's man. Who's better, Mike White or Josh? There you go. That's an interesting question. Hey, should the Jets trade both Mike White and Zach Wilson so that Josh Johnson can now go on and play and be the starter? I like this narrative. Let's see. Would the Lions win a game this season? I think probably. Like I think that I don't think they're bad enough to not win a single game. They're not good though. Again, the narrative about the Lions is, well, hey, at least they try. It's like, yeah, every team tries. Okay, maybe they'll try a little bit more than some bad teams, so maybe they can get a win there. But I don't know. I think they're not bad enough to go 0-17, but they're officially on 0-17 watch. Yes, Josh Johnson Junkies. Yeah, that's I think a good name for all of us here. That's if anyone watching this stream, we are officially the Josh Johnson Junkies. Lions will go 0-16. That'd be fun. 0-16-1. I would like that. Yeah, that'd be a fun. Yeah, give us a team. What like when the Browns broke their losing streak with a tie, which was the most Browns thing ever. They break like their 20 game losing streak without winning, which was hilarious. How do you feel what Mike Evans has been doing this season? He's my favorite player, by the way. I think he's been good. I think Mike Evans is the kind of guy where he is a bit scheme dependent, but when he's in the right scheme, he's so fantastic. So for Tampa Bay, it works out really well. Okay, so taking the snap with 7 seconds left, Josh Johnson runs a play action, and he's going to get sacked. No, he gets the ball away. Good play by I almost said Mike White, by Josh Johnson. Just get rid of the ball. That was well done. 3rd down and 8 right here with 34 seconds on the play clock. Hey Jackson, draft Zay Jones for your fantasy team. My fantasy team sucks. Like I think I have like 1 win this season. Like I'm horrible at fantasy. I don't know what it is. Like I feel like I have a pretty good understanding of real football, but when it comes to fantasy, I just overthink it. I'm like, oh, this guy's gonna be great, and he usually is, but like doesn't get the volume. I just don't. I don't get the whole strategy. All right, cover 3 zone, 6 seconds on the play clock. Johnson takes the snap. He's gonna throw the ball towards the out route, and ooh, that could have been dangerous. Was that caught? It was caught out of bounds, but still, what a catch right there. But yeah, out of bounds. That was a dangerous throw by Johnson. So, hey, the Colts starting to close this stuff up there, getting a little bit more used to what they're going up against, making the adjustments that the Bengals could not. And now with 26 seconds on the play clock, we'll see if the Jets can make it an 11-point game right here. All right, so Matt Amendola right here. So he's 8 for 11 so far this season. Let's see if he can make it 9 for 12. Snap is up. Kick is good. And the Jets, hey, they're hanging in there. They're, currently at 21-10. I was thinking about something. We said the next drive will define Mike White's career. He ended up getting hurt and not playing. So is that actually what's going to happen? Is that actually what's going to define his career? Is that he was that guy who was good for a couple games and then got hurt and never played? Like that, whoever called that actually might have called that correctly. I forget who it was in the chat, but that could have actually been the correct thing. What is your Super Bowl prediction? Well, preseason, I said Browns over Buccaneers. Not sure how well I can stick with that at this point. I still love the Browns roster. It really is the Baker Mayfield thing has been so weird. Like I do think that if the Mayfield hasn't been great and he's been injured, and that's the real tough part. I think people are sleeping on the Browns a little. I think the Browns are still good. I could be wrong. I love just how the Browns operate their team. So it'd be hard to say. The AFC is so wide open. I'll stick with Tampa Bay. I'll be a bit of a homer. I'm currently wearing a Buccaneers hat and shirt right now, so I'll stick with the Tampa Bay. I'll beat a homer there. But for the AFC, it's so wide open. I think Kansas City still has a chance. I know everyone's talking about how bad they are. But I guess the real team you have to say is Buffalo. Like they're probably the favorites, but like it's pretty wide open. Any team could win. Bills versus Rams. That's not a bad take either. Love what the Rams are doing. I said preseason if the Bucs don't make the Super Bowl, probably the Rams would be the team that beats them. And they just got Von Miller, which I love those kind of trades. Get the old veteran on a rental. I'm a big fan of rentals. I think rentals are underrated. Get a rental. Those things can really help you win championships. So we'll see if that works. I love what the Rams are doing. So Odell to the Raiders thoughts. Well, it's not possible this year. It could happen next year. But what people don't realize is there's waivers. If you cut Odell, you can't. He doesn't get to go wherever. He goes through waivers, so he'd be claimed by the Lions probably. Again, someone would have to take on the contract as well, other than the signing bonus. So, but I think a team would. I don't think he would fall that far to the Raiders. Who is your favorite player of all time? Vincent Jackson, a big Vincent Jackson fan. Disappointed to hear about his passing this year, but Vincent Jackson was, because he has his last name is my first name. My brother got me a Vincent Jackson jersey for Christmas one year. So V-Jax, he was there for the tough years, so he's probably my favorite player of all time. All right, so game back on. I like these commercial questions. Let's try to keep this going, although soon we'll have halftime. I'm going to take a break during halftime, and we'll come back for the second half of this. Let's see what the Colts can do. Can they put up some more points at the end here? So Carson Wentz taking the play, reading stuff, blah, blah, blah. 15 seconds on the play clock, so they got to get going. I mean, here we go. All right, got it. Getting set. Wentz only 11 passing plays so far. Not a lot of time left. 2 seconds left. 1 second. Gets the play off. Zone coverage. Just going to take a quick check. Yeah, good stuff. I mean, we know what the Jets are running right here. It's a lot of zone. It's mostly cover 2 with some cover 3 zone. So, like, they can game plan around this. The Jets have to start mixing stuff up if they're going to stand a chance here. Like, people are going to blame the Josh Johnson stuff, but it's their defense that's getting torched right now. All right, so Carson Wentz, 18 seconds left. Cover 2 zone right here. Let's see what they do. Do they run the ball? Could run the ball. Nope. Going to take a check down instead, though. Kind of a similar idea. Oh, good tackle there. Who was that? 26. So I've been complaining about the corners for the Jets so far, but not tackling. That's Brandon Echols, number 26, who, according to PFF, they're not a big fan of his game, but makes the tackle quickly there. So there you go. All right, we've got a cover 2 zone right here. Wentz is going to push the ball down the field in that honey hole that I was talking about earlier. Gets a big gain. Wentz could do that all day long. Jets, what are you doing? Jets have to start making stuff up. This is just, I get it. You don't have good corners. Got the knee down. That is a catch. This is just too easy for Wentz. So yeah, I mean, 117 and you have 2 timeouts, you can still keep the running game an option here. Like, that's still an option. Again, you're doing it to push the ball down the field, but with this cover 2 that the Jets are playing, like, you could maybe, okay, they're playing cover 1 now, so if you had a running play, check out of that. Go down the sideline, take a shot deep. Michael Pittman, top of the screen, get a touchdown there. Let's see, Wentz, he's gonna take the check down, and it's I don't know why he did that. I mean, I guess nothing was open down the field, but, there wasn't open there, and he kind of missed the throw. So not great there. Vanilla defense is pretty questionable when your head coach's specialty is defense. Well, in fairness, what Saleh did well with the 49ers was they ran a very vanilla defense, but he just sort of taught them the ins and outs of this vanilla of the Seattle cover 3 very well, and he had the talent to pull it off. They don't have the talent here, so it's kind of just hard to judge him too much. Another cover 2 zone. It's not the worst thing in the world. I just think that, like, it's just not working. And this drive, it's kind of a little bit more understandable. Wentz has time. Wentz is going to run with the football, and he's going to pick up a few yards. Okay. Carson Wentz, I mean, I would love him to not take those hits in a meaningless Thursday night game against the Jets when you're going to win. I mean, I guess you can't really have that mindset this early, but you can. 3rd and 1, I run the football. Yeah, hurry up, run the football, get the first down. I think I do that. Yep, running the football to Hines, and he's going to pick up the first down. I mean, look, you had a linebacker who had a beat on him, but it's just Hines is faster. Like, that's just how that works. So 35 seconds left on the play clock, 28 seconds left on the game clock. Again, this is zone coverage. Wentz can easily find a receiver to pick up some yards. Good job, fall forward out of bounds. Why did the Colts save all their timeouts? What are we doing? 22 seconds left. You have 2 timeouts. You could have had more time with 1 timeout. I don't know that. So, I mean, listen, you're getting the ball down the field, but this is a tough blow for the Jets, right? I mean, you got the ball down the field. You're thinking, hey, at least it's an 11-point game. We can maybe try some stuff, although the Colts do get the ball back, I mean, there's a real chance that the next time the Jets get the ball back, this could be a 35-10 game. Like that's a possibility. So this is not looking good. Cover 2 zone for the Jets. Let's see. Do you take a shot sort of towards the sideline again? Top of the screen looks to be open. Wentz is going to throw it over the middle. Good stuff. Yeah, you don't need to work towards the sideline. What was I thinking? Yeah, do that. I mean, this is too easy. Like, I just don't understand why, like, you see this stuff, and for the Jets, you don't think, let's just try to play cover 1. Let's just try to blitz you a little. See if we can get you off your game. Let's just try stuff. What you're doing isn't working. We've seen enough data to prove that, right? Half of a game, that's enough data, in my opinion, to say this isn't working. Let's try some stuff, especially when it's working as poorly as it has been. Well, so we got the timeout here. 15 seconds left. So you have a timeout. It gives you so much freedom. So this is kind of the nice thing about having that timeout, because if they didn't have it, maybe you have more time, but it's just a little bit more stressful. Wentz is going to eat all day with the checkdowns. Yeah, I mean, and what we talked about preseason, if you're or pregame, if you're talking about if you watched then, it's that intermediate stuff, 10 to 19 yards. That's where he really thrives. So now the Jets are playing cover 1, which in a time where it might make sense to play cover 2. So let's see what they do here. And this looks like it's or cover 3 actually is what they're doing, but 1 safety deep is what I meant. Wentz gonna throw over the middle, and is it caught or is it incomplete? What's the rule here, Mr. Ref? No catch, incomplete. Had a chance. Dangerous throw. Small window to get it through. Wentz got it through. That's what it looked like. Man. Ooh, good throw. One. Let's see. I don't think so. I wasn't paying attention. Is that a catch? Let's see this again. So you have to have, let's see, it would be the third step is really what it comes down to. So 1, 2, 3. That's right. So it's that third step. That's a football move. A third step is an automatic football move. So the question is, did the ball come out before or after the third step? I kind of think it's a catch. The real answer is make it not a catch, because we need, let's see. So we're going to slow it down. 1, 2, 3. I think that's a catch. I give it a catch. Yeah, I think catch. So although I also think, hey, the way this game is going, make it incomplete. Like let's keep this game close. Let's keep the ratings up a little bit. Let's not have everyone turn it off just yet. Joe says, hopefully catch, have in fantasy. All right, everyone, let's root for Joe's fantasy team. Hopefully they rule it a catch. Always nice that you can get off to a good start week 1. Wentz has his hands up, so we'll see. They're reviewing it, I'm assuming, right? Yeah. What do you mean? That's a touchback? Not a touchback, because he was in the end zone. If it's a catch, it's an immediate touchdown. We need a close game for Mike White to win. Yeah, hey, does Mike White come back in the second half? There's possibility of that. Have the Colts scored a touchdown on every drive so far? I don't think so, right? Didn't they? Let me double check that. You might be right. I'm trying to think. I'm Googling now the play-by-play for the ESPN. ESPN has a pretty good play-by-play. So that's what you have there. So yeah, for the Colts, touchdown. They have, yeah, Colts 4 straight touchdowns. Okay, here's the call. I'm going to listen in. And ref taking a while. I mean, you can't show the ref and then not give us the call right away. You got to give us the call. Okay, here we go. Now he's about to give it. Yeah, it's a catch. All right. Well, not the best game so far for the Jets. This is a bit of a tough one. The one thing people said about the Jets is at least their defense is going well. Literally a perfect game so far for the Colts. They've not scored less than 7 points on any of these drives. So this is not going so well. What's the news on White? I haven't heard anything so far. So, again, if any news happens, maybe, let me know. But this is the wild one. Let's see. I'm going to look at Rappaport and Schefter, see if either one of them have said something. Officially, a right forearm injury, questionable to return. That was 36 minutes. So, yep. I mean, that's what we have so far. Worst primetime game yet. I know. I don't know. I've sort of enjoyed it, but maybe it's just because I'm doing a live stream. So, 11 seconds left. I guess we'll hang around here for the final 11 seconds left, just in case something crazy happens, and then we're going to take a quick break during halftime. Just so I can go to the bathroom, get a new drink, all that stuff, and then we'll come back for the second half. So just if you're watching live, second half when that starts, come back. I will still be here, and that's when we'll do this. So I'll write it in the banner now, just so I have it up. All right. So yeah. Let's see. Everyone going to leave the stream up during the breaks. So yeah, I'll leave the stream up. I'm just gonna go away for a second. Oh, I went away without creating the banner, and now I have to recreate the banner. This is such a travesty. My life is very difficult. Let's see. Halftime show by your dog. Yes, Rhino. Hey, Rhino. Yes, this is Rhino. She is the halftime show dog. She's very confused. I think she might have been asleep, and now she's mad at me for waking her up. All right, so they're gonna knee it. We will not be doing a halftime show by Rhino. We will instead be going away for a minute, but then come back once the second half resumes. We're going all the way here, so this is gonna be fun. See you guys in a minute, right? All right, I'm back. I'm back. Hello to everyone who's stuck around. None of you even noticed. I wrote in the banner, "We'll be back when halftime resumes." That doesn't make any sense. Halftime resume. What does that mean? When halftime comes back? None of you noticed it though, so I'm in the clear. No one will ever know about my mistake. Got some chats submitted you for a Grassi raid, but you weren't here. Huh, I didn't even know Grassi did raids like that. That's cool though. I like Tom Grassi. I like a lot of what he does. Someone just got murdered on the field, so geez. I mean, he's actually hurt. That sucks. Not sure what he's grabbing, but whoa, that's not good. So yeah. All right. Well, not off to a great start there. All right. Second half. You know what? I know a lot of people. Oh, how much that's tough. I mean, it's hard because 34 goes down. He's not trying to. It's not a dirty hit by any means. It's just one of those tough plays. Yeah. So, anyways, I'm back. This is fun stuff. So Mike White's still questionable, is what Everyday Jam says in the chat. Oh, I hit the wrong one. So hopefully we get what happened. There was a bad hit on the ball carrier and the kickoff return. How do you guys feel about this? Okay. Wait, let me listen to him real quick. I mean, listen. So they're talking about Mike White. Listen, this score is not on Josh Johnson. This is not on the offense. The offense scores 10 points on 4 drives. Okay, that's a little. I mean, that's actually pretty good. Like 2.5 points per drive. That's like you'll take that for sure. The problem is that they've given up 7 points per drive. Both teams have had 4 drives, not counting the kneel down. That's the real issue. So yeah, I mean that's tough. So as we're back, hope you guys had a good halftime. I had some halftime cheese. I was hungry. I'm like, what do I want here? And all I had was cheese. So I had some cheese. That's my halftime. Someone asked me earlier what my favorite football snack is. I think cheese in general is just fantastic. That's my hot take. Cheese is good. All right, back to football here. So you don't have to listen to me ramble about cheese. 5 seconds left. Carson in the play clock. Carson Wentz takes the snap against man coverage here. There we go. There's some man coverage, and they're going to win it immediately and get it 15 yards because, of course, they are because this team can't cover. So at the end of the day, it's like, at least they're trying stuff. I want to try some stuff, but at the same time, it's like this team isn't good. Hold on, what kind of cheddar cheese? The Cracker Barrel sharp cheddar cheese. Very good stuff. I'm a big fan. You got to go. The thing about cheese is you spend some good money on cheese. It's worth it. You can't go back. Once you start spending good money on cheese, you can't go back to the cheap stuff. That's the way I feel about it. All right. 10 seconds on the play clock here. Carson Wentz. You're playing, looks like zone here. They're going to run it, and they get the stop there. There you go, Jets. Playing a little better defense here. So this is the hope. I mean, again, impossible to get worse, right? Jets defense is good. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. A scorching hot take here from Batman. Batman, did not realize you were a big football fan. I did not know Bruce Wayne big into the football. Oh, sorry. I called you Bruce Wayne. I just doxed Batman. That's my bad, Batman. I apologize. Okay. 16 seconds left on the play clock here. Second down and 8. Let's see what coverage they're in. Looks like appears to be man. Let's see if the Colts throw the ball again. Throw the ball down the field. Michael Pittman should have a one-on-one matchup. Take that shot. Nope, they're going to run it instead. And runs into his own offensive lineman, but stays on his feet. Oh, Jets, they can't get anything going. Man. 21 punches the F out of him. Yeah, that is something that happened. I'm of the belief, I'm almost like there should be like an element of like how much force you can punch somebody, right? Like it feels like you shouldn't be able to just full on throw haymakers at someone aiming for the ball. I don't know. That's just me. Like obviously you should be able to try to punch the ball out, but there should sort of be some limit. But how do you, again, it's sort of a gray area. How do you put that limit? I don't know. 3rd and 3. What do you do here? I think you look for Michael Pittman here, right? He's been your guy. He's your number one. One-on-one matchup. Pittman looks to be open. Nope, they're going to just take the fruit. who is covering him? Okay, so 83 getting a big gain there. I don't know what happened there. I'm going to go back and check it again. Looks so it appeared to be I thought this was man, but did someone just was this just a blown coverage? Yeah, this is a blown coverage. 20 and 37 for the Jets. I'll get their names in a second. So 20 and 37 for the Jets were two guys who so that's Bryce Hall and then Marcus May, who are two of the Jets' better secondary players, both covered the same guy, left Indianapolis player wide open. That's not good. Just not good. All right, here we go. So again, looks like the Jets are trying stuff. I mean, do you start blitzing here? Carson Wentz isn't like better or worse against the blitz, but you might just try that. Just start trying things, man. Coverage. Oh, over 37 fell down. Wentz goes to the other wide open receiver because you got so many wide receiver. This defense is this is tough. This is not good. This is not good. Look on the left of the screen on the replay. If you're still watching, Michael Pittman gets a receiver to completely fall down. Okay, it didn't show it, but I mean, this is so yeah. It's Michael Carter against Zach Pascal, and I mean, there's getting burned, and then there's getting burned like that. And it's not like we're going up against a good receiving core. The Colts don't have a good receiving core, and they're looking tough. So if anyone bet on the Jets, hey, I said bet on the Colts minus 10.5. I put that out there. Don't blame me. Gain a couple of yards. I'm gonna try to check. Did Kyle pick the game or did I pick the game? Let me go back and check on the rankings. So Jets, Colts. All right, so I picked the Colts in this one. So I'm gonna get a win here, get a point here, or don't get a point here for if you're a podcast fan. So there you go. 2 quarters of garbage time. We're definitely addicts. You know what? I gotta be honest. I kind of like these kind of games. I kind of like the complete like ones that go off the rails and are just domination. I think, hey, I don't want to jinx anything, but this is kind of like a baseball perfect game going, right? Can the Colts score a touchdown every drive? Can they pull it off? I don't know if that's ever been done before. Like, let's see if the Colts can do it. That's what I'm rooting for here. Will the perfect game be intact by Carson Wentz, who is, he's not even really, Carson Wentz hasn't done that much, and they have yet to hold him to a field goal. Incredible. Talking about cheese is better than this game. You know what? Here's what we'll do. We'll sort of talk about football while we do this, right? This is what we do when when we're sitting around the couch talking about sports is, when the game starts to suck, we just talk about the game itself or other games. So, chat, give me your hot takes. Give me some hot takes. While you do that, I'll answer this. And by the way, a hot take is not a take that's just like crazy. Give me something that is bold, but you believe in. That's what I want to know. Everyday Jam says over under Sam Ehlinger 1 touchdown after they rest Wentz. I'll go over. I guess I'll say who gets at least 1 touchdown. That's what I say. Tony says cheese is better than crack. That's a hot take, but I agree with it. I mean, I've never had crack. You know what? I mean, no, that can't be right? Like, I've never had crack. Crack seems like it's probably amazing, right? I mean, I've never had it, but like, it can get people to ruin their lives over it. So clearly, people that are crack fans probably enjoy crack more than people who are cheese fans enjoy cheese. Like, I like cheese. I've never swindled somebody out of money so I can buy more cheese. I'm going to go crack probably better than cheese. Okay. Sam Darnold isn't as bad as people think. I think that's kind of fair. Darnold hasn't been like spectacular in my opinion. He's been sort of a game manager, but he's similar to like a Mike White, right? Like, you can win games with Sam Darnold. Can you win a championship is another question, but can you win games? I would say that. Okay, so Aaron is not staying in Green Bay in 2022 season. I also agree. Like, I think that the Packers are kind of ready to move off of, right? Why else would you draft Jordan Love there if you're the Packers? And why else, if you're Aaron Rodgers, do you make it that there's why else would you, if you're Aaron Rodgers, sort of make the situation where you have you can get out of your contract after 1 year is what I'm trying to say. Marcus May is hurt, so okay, one good Jets defender is now injured. Saints beat Bucks in playoffs. I hope you die. Banned for life, Mark. How dare you? No, I'm kidding, but how could you? So yeah, interesting stuff here. So let's see. I'm going to talk about the game and try to get to some of your hot takes. Sorry if I don't get to all of them. It's going to be a running play to Jonathan Taylor. Not too many yards there. Let's see. Carr gets his first postseason win of his career. I agree. Official OC, I like that take. It's a bit hot, bit warm, but I agree with it. I think it happens. Packers beat Chiefs. I could see that as well. By far and away, the funniest outcome is if Jordan Love throws for like 500 yards and 5 touchdowns, right? Like I'm rooting for chaos at this point. Give me the chaos. Either Jordan Love goes off or Jordan Love sucks. Either one of those. Don't be okay. That's what we need. So okay. Jets playing man here, 3rd down and goal at the 5. Could they do it? Could they get the stop? Could they hold the Colts to a field goal? Here we go. Carson Wentz with the snap. He has time. Scrambles out. Pressure. Carson Wentz, can he run with it? No, he's stuck at the 2-yard line. And now what do the Colts do on 4th and goal? You got to just kick the field goal just out of like, this is one of those, my dog, I don't know, my dog, she's come up to me. I think she heard me screaming and is now excited. Anyways, what do you do? Do you go for Wentz is upset? Is he hurt or is he just upset he didn't get a touchdown? Hopefully he's not hurt. Put in Sam Ehlinger, get him to touchdown. All right, they're going for it. Love it, Frank Reich. Putting his going for the jugular here for the poor lowly Jets here. So what are they going to do? Run it? Where's the ball? Did they lose the ball? What happened? Okay, well, they didn't get it. I missed the handoff. I don't know what happened. Let me rewind that. I completely missed it. So no perfect game for the Colts. That's unfortunate. Give them a standing ovation. Didn't get the perfect game. Oh, it's just I see the Wildcat formation. I was completely lost there. I completely missed that. Hot take: Zach Wilson better than Mike White. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. That does seem to be a hot take, but I would agree. I think that Mike White, again, the way I view this is I don't care necessarily. Like I've always viewed a team or a quarterback as what do you do when things go well? I don't really care that much about like what do you do when things go poorly? Like can you get a bad team to play mediocre? Well, if you're doing that, you're still not winning a Super Bowl. But if you have a Super Bowl caliber team, can you win a Super Bowl? I haven't seen that from Mike White in the 2 games I've seen from him. Zach Wilson in college, and even in that Titans game was. In my opinion, that Titans game was better than Mike White's game last week. So that's kind of how I feel about it. It's not shocking at all anymore when Mike gambles on 4th down. I agree, but I also felt like given the way the game has gone, I could have seen him saying, okay, we'll just kick the field goal. Let's see. Sam isn't good, but the Panthers lead the NFL in drop passes by a big margin. They tend to have drops on 3rd downs. One interesting thing about drops is, and pay attention to this, and I'm not saying it's with Darnold, but in general, a lot of times when a team leads the league in drops, it can be a quarterback stat. Because a lot of times, because the quarterback not putting the right touch on the ball or throwing it in kind of a difficult way where the receivers have a harder time at catching it. Now, there's been just some straight up drops from the Panthers. I've definitely seen that. So I'm not saying for them, but like, this is the real thing with Trey Lance. When he's came into the league, there's been some, he's just like throwing missiles and not being that accurate. And then it hits off a receiver's hands and gets intercepted. And everyone says, oh, wow, bad luck by Trey Lance. Like, well, kind of, but also there's some legitimate like reasons for it. Bears, Steelers, who wins? Steelers, I think. I believe I said, yes, I believe I said Steelers. Okay, here. I don't know. That's what I would say. So hot take, Jimmy G isn't the most attractive quarterback in the NFL. So who is the most? It's got to be Jameis Winston, right? Jameis Winston, number 1. That's where we're going. I think that's fair. Fair take, Batman. Jets didn't win against the Titans. They won because Titans and with missed field goal. That's a win. that's how you win. I mean, that's part of the game. All right. Jets, Josh Johnson, 1 yard line. Come on, 99-yard rush, and they barely get. Well, hey, so they get that past the line. So what are we rooting for here? The 2 things you got to root for: either a safety or a 99-yard touchdown. If you root for anything else, you're a coward. That's how I believe this. So, yeah, Batman says Derek Carr most attractive. Yeah, very true, especially with the his eyelashes, which make him look like he has eyeliner. Very, very fair. Luke Brown wants a safety. What do you want, guys? Safety or 99-yard touchdown? What's more exciting? How far has this show gone off the rails that I'm literally saying, what do we want more? How do you false start at the 1-yard line? You know what? Here's a hot take. If you false start at the 1-yard line, give him a safety. I like it. No half the distance to the goal. Give him touchdowns or safeties if you go that far. Let's make these penalties really count. So, all right. A lot of people are saying safety, 99. We'll see. So, one-on-one matchup. Playing cover 2, though. There we go. Throw incomplete. Almost intercepted. You know what? Another thing I'm a fan of would be I'm always a big fan of the 0-yard touchdown recovery. Big fan of those. So maybe one of those here. Or even, hey, a punt at your 1-yard line. Those are fun as well. We got some interesting stuff here. This is where this game gets interesting. I'm Batman. I miss Mike White. We all do. Hot take: Chiefs never have a dynasty. I think that's a lukewarm take. I got to be honest, John Doe. I think that probably that would happen. All right, here we go. 3rd down and 10 at the 1-yard line. What's your play call here? All right. Oh, wow, almost not a penalty. Josh Johnson throws, check down. That's the most boring outcome. Just 7 yards. Who cares? Lil Wheel, $2 in the chat. Appreciate that, Lil Wheel. Very much appreciate that. Without TJ Watt, are the Steelers 4-7? LOL. I think there's a typo there. I don't know exactly. Are the Steelers? I'm assuming you mean are the Steelers still 4-3? Possibly. I mean, TJ Watt. Maybe. I mean, they're probably not 4-3, but are they 0-7? No, I don't think so. I think that pass rushers tend to get all the credit when a defense plays well. But that's just me. 4th and 3 should have gone for it. Well, yeah, why not? You can't stop anyways. Might as well. Like, what's the difference between getting them to start at their at their own 45 or at your 10? Same thing. Hot take: Mike White or Mac Jones? I mean, Mac Jones. I think that's a casual. I think Mike White has. Oh, is there? Didn't get back in. Yep, that'll do it. Those penalties are so stupid. Like, how do you not just get back in and then celebrates after it? Hot take: Lions don't draft the quarterback with this first pick. The Lions are going to draft that defensive end, and they're going to still suck. That's what's going to happen. Again, I know a lot of people don't like analytics. The analytics say that these edge rushers just don't matter as much as people think they do. They matter, but they don't matter as much as people think they do. Having a good cover corner helps you more than having an elite pass rusher, because elite pass rusher and a replacement level pass rusher both get to the quarterback. Obviously, the elite pass rusher gets there quicker, but it's not as dramatic as you might think. Whereas an elite cover corner will cover a guy for a lot longer than the replacement level corner. And you're seeing it in this game, right? The Jets actually have a decent defensive line, but they can't cover, and that's why they're doing so bad. So Dan Campbell is not a good NFL coach. He shouldn't be one. Here's my thing about Dan Campbell. He might be a good head coach, but the thing about Dan Campbell is he's never going to be a good X's and O's head coach. That's not what he does. He's not an X's and O's guy. He's a motivational type guy. He's a leader type guy, which, I mean, you can make logic for that kind of stuff. Like, there is legitimacy to being a motivational guy. Like Mike Vrabel, that's what he does. He's not an X's and O's guy for the most part. But what he does is he has hired good coordinators. He's let the coordinators kind of just do their thing, and he just does the motivational stuff. It can work, but the downside to it, of course, is that you need a talent, and the Lions don't have talent. I do think it's weird that Dan Campbell has gotten so much praise this season for literally not winning a game. I've been saying this, if you're a podcast listener, you've been hearing me sort of just question why Dan Campbell has gotten universal love. Kind of what I said. It's okay, yeah, the team tries for Dan Campbell. You're supposed to try. It's the NFL. Every team should do that. If your team isn't trying, you're a bad head coach. It's not if your team does try, you're a good head coach. They've gotten some breaks, so they've kind of been in games that probably shouldn't have been in. So Lions aren't good, but I think Dan Campbell could be good. We just need to see him with more talent. But it's the Lions, so probably not. I'd rather have a dominant defensive tackle than a pass rusher. Interesting take. I think I agree. Like, you want a hot take? I'll give you a hot take. I think you could argue Aaron Donald does just as much in the running game. It adds just as much value, if not more value, in the running game than in the pass rush game. I think that the way teams can't run the ball against the Rams, even when they play cover two, is so much more valuable than just the occasional play he'll make where he gets in a pressure that a replacement level defensive tackle wouldn't. So how about that? And there you go. If I was a player, I would want Dan Campbell to be my coach. Players love him. That's fair, but like that only gets you so far too. So like there is value there, but how much value is it? I think we got to see more time. So people talk about people talk all the time about teams having a bunch of one possession losses. Why is talking about Dan Campbell in a similar manner different? Because I think that a lot of the one possession losses have been because they've gotten lucky and probably should have lost by multiple possessions. That's how I feel. Like, to me, like getting onside kicks, getting fumbles late in games, that's more luck to me than it is like skill. But that's just me. All right. So 12 seconds left, 8 minutes on the game clock. Carson Wentz is going to take the snap. Right now, going to hand it off to Hines, who's in a jet sweep motion. And Jets getting burned by the jet sweep motion. You can't get burned by the term that has your name on it. Come on now. Luke Brown says games are won in the trenches. D-line that can stop the run are more important than people realize. I don't think games are won in the trenches. I think games are won. It's a passing league. I think games are won there. But I do think that like stopping the run is a real part of the defensive line that people don't pay enough attention to. People just focus on pass rush. I prefer a defensive line that can stop the run. The pass rush will come. If you can stop, if you have good coverage, the pass rush will get there. So that's the way I view it. All right. So Carson Wentz at the 15-yard line. 4 seconds on the play clock, takes the snap, hands it off to Taylor, who's going to stiff arm a man and get to the 5-yard line. Good run by Taylor, although there is a flag down. Batman says this is a game of football. That is factually true. That is absolutely correct. Scuffy McTugboat, Jets draft. What positions should they draft with the two first rounders? I don't know exactly who is available. I do that research after the season, so I don't know at this point. But the way I would view it, I would say receivers. To me, I think they need receivers. I go receiver. Oh, what was the call? I thought it was. Wait, where are they on the field? Was it a hold? I'm not listening, so I don't know what they said. First Colts player with 100-plus total yards and 1 touchdown in 6 straight games since Edgerrin James. That's cool. Good for Jonathan Taylor. All right. So, no, it was on the Jets, I guess. Quick snap. Is someone going to get open? And Jesus Christ. It was the O lineman. Oh, how about that? Extra offensive lineman. Oh, that's fun. That's fun. I mean, that's always good. Danny Pinter, extra offensive lineman in the game. They had 6 offensive linemen, so one can be an eligible receiver, and he ends up there. Scuffy Tugboat says, thanks, love your takes and breakdowns. Thank you, Scuffy McTugboat. Appreciate that. Well, that's fun. So, hey, Jets, it's gone better so far. Now you've only given up 5 touchdowns on 6 drives, and you've also given up a touchdown to an offensive lineman. I mean, this is something. What do you think were the most overrated and underrated drafts this season? Interesting. Well, I mean, listen, if you can get a star quarterback, that's a great draft, like right alone. So that's kind of the way I view drafts. Is the real biggest way to get value is with a star quarterback. I mean, I think underrated. I guess so. Is the question underrated at the time? Because if that's the case, probably Cincinnati, right? I mean, you got Jamar Chase, so like you won that, even though they were criticized for it at the time. That's fast. I guess overrated, maybe like, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a huge Justin Fields guy, so maybe that. But he's had his moments. And again, if you can get a star quarterback, it's worth a shot. So I don't know. I'd have to think about that a little bit more. The Jets D is bad when a backup center gets a touchdown. Yeah, that's not great. That's not spectacular. Jets need a better defense. Someone like Ed Reed would be great for defense. I think Ed Reed would be great for every defense. I think Ed Reed would be. I mean, I think every team could use an Ed Reed. The problem is there's only been one of them. Yeah. Uh, let's see. First round. Do you think teams should draft best player available or position need? So I mean, there's so many variables that come into this, right? Because it's not just what would you want in terms of like it's not, you can't just go position of need, because what if like there's a great player that's going to be a superstar and the positions you need there's not a great player there? Well, then sometimes you do have to go with the great player. It all just depends. I mean, like what Dallas does, right, where they kind of just draft best player available and don't really worry about need. They end up with pretty good talent every draft in their first round, at least. The issue is that they kind of end up sort of having these certain spots that tend to be, backed with a lot of depth, and to have other issues in other areas. I think the way I view the draft is you want to just get the most talent possible. So if you have, I would probably say best player available. I think given the two options, I think I go best player available. So that's how I would, do it. So Tony says, be right back. It's cheese time. Understandable, Tony. Have some good cheese. Luke Brown says, does your girlfriend like football? She does not. And to me, I think that's perfect. Like, I think that, like, in a good relationship, you need to have certain, like, things where it's like, I watch football, but then, like, I can hang out with her and, like, we don't worry about football whatsoever. This is my job. We can just talk about completely other stuff. That's politics, whatever. We can get away from the football of it all. That's what I like. But I know people disagree there. Where do you think both the Jets and Colts will end the season wins-loss at? It's interesting. I don't know exactly how I feel about the Jets. I think the Jets are. I think the Jets are like the Jets aren't good. Like I don't know, 4 wins, 5 wins, maybe like around there. They're not going to get a lot. I think the Colts are interesting. I really do like a lot about the Colts. I like their coaching staff. I think Wentz is solid. I don't think Wentz is like a bad quarterback by any means. I think the issue with the Colts has just been the way they've covered. Even their coverage in this game hasn't been very good. But when you're scoring a touchdown on every drive, it doesn't really matter, especially when an opposing team, which has one of the worst receiving corps in football, is on their third string quarterback. All right, so here we go. 3 seconds on the play clock. Johnson takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Michael Carter, and they pick up 4 yards. There is 8:47 on the game clock here in the third. It's only the third quarter. Jesus Christ. This game is dragging along. So here we go. Josh Johnson once again. Looks like we're going to see some cover 2 zone. So again, the Colts are just playing their coverage, or cover 3 actually. Colts are just doing what they've been, missed throw from Josh Johnson to an open receiver. Colts have been doing this coverage all game, which I don't really love, to be honest. Like, I don't love what I've seen from the Colts defense. The issue is that when you score in every touchdown, when you score a touchdown on every drive, it works out. Sam Ehlinger time next drive. Yeah, when do you put in Sam Ehlinger? When do you pull the plug? Do you give? Let's see. I think if they don't score here, maybe you do go Sam Ehlinger this early. This game feels like it should be in the 4th with 5 minutes left. There should be some sort of like mercy rule in football, right? Like at a certain point, we should just say, okay, game is over. Okay, man coverage. Here we go. Good cover, and then they incomplete. So not the best drive from Josh Johnson there, unfortunately. But no, we're here at 6:24 left, and I'm an addict who can't stop watching. Really, I mean, but you guys are even more like addicted than like the average football. Like if someone's watching it, okay, that's one thing. But not just are we all watching it. You guys are actively seeking out a live stream so you can continue watching this. Like you want more. You're like, just watching the game isn't enough for me. I need more here. That's the real thing. I just want to see the Jets kill the spread. I think you're going to get what you want. I think this is going to go well for you, Alec. All right. One of the slowest 9 minutes of football we've ever seen. Game still going along. Mercy rule. When a team is up 25, clock stops no matter what, or clock doesn't stop whenever what. I mean, listen, I think about Super Bowl. I mean, the difference is like, no mercy rule in the playoffs, of course, because like otherwise, if that's the case, you wouldn't have. I mean, the real reason is, okay, no, you don't have a mercy rule, but it just for games like this, I think the mercy rule should just be like when someone watching is like, okay, this isn't happening, you just call it, right? That's the mercy rule. 'Cause you know when it's over. All right, so zone coverage, they're gonna run the football, not much there. I mean, I I I don't even know what to say. I don't. Just incredible. Just uh, you know, um, poor Jets fans, man. Poor Jets fans. This is not. Yeah, have mercy. They're already dead. All right. Well, you know what's crazy is like how much has Wentz actually thrown the ball in this game? I want to check this out. Why did I choose this game of all games to finally do a live stream of? I want to see what are Wentz's stats in this. Wentz is 19 for 22 for 218 yards. Like those are good stats, but it's like are those 42 to 10 stats? I don't know. Uh, this is Luke Brown. This is a beautiful game, simply beautiful. This has passed that like okay, it started when like it's not a good game, but every now and then a game is so bad that it becomes good again, right? Like I think the ultimate example was the Seahawks Cardinals 6-6 tie, where it was like it was so ridiculous that it became entertaining again. I think that's where we're at right now. Just incredible. I don't even understand how to happen. Like there seemed to be nothing there. I literally don't know what happened. I need to see that again because I literally have no clue what happened. Yeah, remember 7-7. Honestly, this was a competitive game. I remember like after the first quarter when it was tied, we were all like, "Hey, this game kind of surprisingly entertaining. Like this has been a close game so far." And then 7 touchdowns and 8 drives. That's absurd. How about a live stream for the Sunday night game? Titans Rams won't be able to. Sunday, we're not going to get as many videos as typically because I'm flying back from a wedding Sunday. So that's going to be tough. So what happens here? So you have a linebacker who can come in and make a play. It just kind of takes a bad gap, and then the safety gets burned, and that's all she wrote. Tough. And I think that might be the backup safety because May is hurt, right? So hold on. Okay, we're back. All right, we're back. I'm not sure if I was on at all during that, but we're good. So my internet was having some issues. The again AT&T, the worst. So I'm here. Hopefully you guys so should be good. Unless it's still frozen for everyone else, should be good. Base Zuckerberg says this was supposed to be Mike White's time to shine. The next Brady. Yep. Well, yeah, I guess so. So, someone said I'm back in 240p. So if that happens, I'm sorry about that. I mean, again, it's my stupid internet. AT&T is the worst. Been talking about this all the time. It's just awful. So okay, some people are saying they had to reload, but I would tell you to try that. But obviously, if you're watching this, you don't need to know that. All right, so here we go. Jets have 15 yards this half, whereas the Colts have a lot more than 15. Here we are, 28. Josh Johnson takes the snap. Going to take a check down. Here we go. I mean, I still stand by this. I think the Jets offense has been relatively fine. Like it hasn't been great, but it hasn't been bad either. This Jets offense has played good enough to win you a football game if your defense is doing well. Their defense has been abysmal. How often do you do these kind of streams? Sorry if I already mentioned this. Basically never. I mean, this is my third live stream I've done. So I did the Buccaneers Super Bowl. I did Kyle and I did the Buccaneers Patriots one. And then I figured I just was sort of hanging around. I said, I'll try one of these. These have been fun. So that's what we're doing. 10 seconds on the play clock. Josh Johnson takes the snap. Zone coverage. He's going to push it down. There you go, Josh Johnson. Listen, Josh Johnson's been fine. Josh Johnson's nearly at 10 yards per attempt right here. He has not been the issue. Really, I mean, the offense hasn't been the issue. Josh Johnson hasn't done much, but they're doing some stuff here. All right, here we go. 4:25 left in the third. You have a zone coverage play. I guess some people are mad at the chatter Lando and his anime profile pic. I don't know what that is. So sorry. Gotta have a running play for a few yards here. Cam Lynn says he only put up 3 points. I'm assuming this is talking about Josh Johnson. Well, yeah, but I mean, if you look at it that way, I mean, if that's the case, then I guess Carson Wentz is having the best game ever. Like, it doesn't exactly work that way. So here we go. Zone coverage once again. What do you do here, Josh Johnson? Take the check down. Nope, just floats it. Okay, get some stuff there. Oh, I think I'm behind. I've gone behind in this. So here we go. Sorry, I got way behind. So now I'm at 3:18 left in the third quarter. All right, so here we go. This looks like zone coverage again. Josh Johnson takes the snap. He's going to roll to his right. He's going to throw, and you have Elijah Moore for a touchdown. Hey, there you go, Jets. Hey, hasn't only put up 3 points anymore. So, Base Zuckerberg, Jets comeback. Hey, it's starting to look like it. I don't know. Could we see this greatest comeback of all time? Would this be the greatest live stream ever where you get to watch this comeback? We'll have to stay tuned. Everyday Jam says at least Elijah Moore is shining. That's true. At least you have that here. I'm a little bit behind again, so I'm gonna have to because what happened? Okay, so they're going for two here. Josh Johnson takes the snap. He's gonna run for it, and he's not gonna get it, but he tried, and that's what matters. It's how much do you try and how much fun are you having. Jets having fun and trying. That's what you got to do here. Never mind the fact that they're down 42-16. Jets are back. Mike White comes back in the fourth and wins it. If that happens, I'll buy a Mike White jersey. I'll buy 10 Mike White jerseys if that happens. TJ Levy, no way you're still alive. We're still here. We're doing the whole game. Listen, we're here. We're making this happen. I said I'm going to do the game. I'm going through the game. Joe Buck says Josh Johnson was on the Washington football team as a massive Washington football team fan. I don't remember him at all. Yeah, he was there. That was the year they started off 6-3 with Alex Smith, and they got everyone got hurt. Mark Sanchez came in, then he got hurt. Josh Johnson came in, and I think he started a game for them. So yeah, he was on them for a bit. I remember that. All right, 3 minutes left. Okay. What's the live? I want to see what's the live line right here for the Jets. That's what I want to know. So again, how this? Give me some more questions in the chat if you have anything to talk about. Let me know. They're showing as though they might onside kick. They instead do sort of a squib kick. And fumble maybe. Nope, makes it hopefully getting exciting for a second, and then a big hit there. Passes caught, no flags. That is a disgusting act. These sayings are common for Joe Buck. Yeah, there is a good, what a throw, what a catch. That's a big Joe Buck. I'm late. Has anyone used the word slump buster yet? No, you're the first one. So good work there. Nailed it. First one to use the term slump buster. Yeah, 30. Yeah, I want to check that out. I got distracted. What is the live line right now? What do you think it is? Tell me in the chat. What do you think the live line is for the Colts? Okay, I got it right here. I'll give you a minute to put your guesses in the chat if you want to say what is the line for the Colts right here. Line is 26.5 points for the Colts currently. So they're currently up. Got to do math. So they're currently up 26 points, right? So who do you bet on? You bet on the Colts or the Jets? So basically, it's even. Got to go to Colts, right? I think got to bet on the Colts to go more than 26. Is Jackson's camera slow? If there's issues, it's AT&T. That's what it is. It's my internet. I'm sorry if that's happening. I'm doing nothing. everything's working on my end. I have all this stuff. That's what they do. I like Joe Buck too. He's just fun to pick on. That's fair. I think that's reasonable. All right, so hand off to Naheem Hines, who's gonna pick up. Hey, loss of a yard. There you go, Jets. Comeback still coming on right here. So what? 26 points. What do you need? You need 4 touchdowns. Just 4 touchdowns. Hey, maybe even 3 touchdowns and a field goal if you get some extra points or get some 2-point conversions. This happens. We got this. This game's far from over. If you think this one's over, I mean, you clearly never watched football before. 26-point deficits happened. Hey. Now I'm thinking about it, the Patriots came back from down 25 with a similar amount of time left. Like, as crazy as that is, in Super Bowl 51, like, it was 25 points with like a couple minutes left in the third. Like, it's basically at that point. Now, it's not going to happen in this game, but I'm just saying, like, that kind of goes to show how crazy that comeback was. Man coverage, Wentz is going to throw the ball down the field, and it is going to be incomplete. Okay, well, here we go. Could have been caught. Hot take. Who is better? I hit the wrong hot take. Who is better? The Jets or Jackson's internet? That's a good point. What's better? Who would win in a football game? My internet or I got to make that catch. This comeback is happening. It's going to happen. I am skipping homework to watch this. Hope my mom doesn't find out. Do your homework. Why are you watching this? The game is over. No, do your homework. You can watch this tomorrow morning or whatever. It's fine. Don't get in trouble with your mom. Jets beat Jackson's internet easily. Yeah, I think so. I would bet on the Jets over my internet. Okay, flag. What is this camera angle? The cameramen are drunk. Whoever the switcher who's doing that, he's had too much to drink. What are you guys drinking in the chat? I know some of you are probably too young to be drinking. What's everyone drinking tonight? If OBJ went to the Bucs, would you be happy? Sure. Given the way Brady works his voodoo magic, he'd probably have a career year with Tampa Bay. Absolutely. Love Jackson being a good parent, making the kids do homework. Hey, you got to keep up a respectable brand here on YouTube. Keep it family friendly. Let's see. Yeah, margarita with some cheese is what Tony says. I like that. Yeah, got to get the cheese is the most important part here for sure. Yeah, I'm having a vodka and Kool-Aid, which is an odd, not something I typically go with, but I usually like to have like a rum and Coke, but I was out of Coke, so I just went with vodka Kool-Aid. Not bad. Drinking, I'm not a Jets fan. I don't need to drink. LOL. That's true. Luke Brown, homework totally unnecessary. I never prioritized homework in high school. College is a different story, though. LOL. Well, I mean, hey, I never went to college, and I'm made it successful. Now that's just because basically I lucked into a YouTube career. But there you go. So yeah, maybe that's the actual advice. Instead of doing your homework, start making YouTube videos. There you go. Don't actually for legal reasons. I have to say, do not actually try that. All right, so need to drink just to get through this game, and I'm not a fan of either team. I'm with you, Batman. I agree. Hey, at least you didn't decide to live stream this one, and then it turns out to be this just complete dumpster fire of a game. I thought it was going to be interesting. I'm like, hey, it might be a blowout, but even if it is, we get to see Mike White, and that could be fun. And then Mike White's gone. It's like, okay, what are we even doing here? Why are we watching this? I've just completely divulged into insanity throughout this show. So yeah, I don't know. I actually think that Luke Brown. I don't need to drink to get drunk from this game. Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So Tony says wrong one. More live streams. Loved the Sunday night game stream a while back. Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, I mean they're fun. I enjoy doing them from time to time. I think maybe next time I'd try to do like one with Kyle or something. It's a bit difficult, just like to talk for 3 hours straight, basically. You need to have some lulls in the conversation. So that's kind of it's a lot easier when you have sort of someone you can kick it back to and they can say it. This is why, in the broadcast booth, they have a color commentator and a play-by-play guy. Duke Collins, I don't know how to do that. I don't think I can really pull that off. And maybe not tonight. Maybe that could be something for another time. But I think for now we're just gonna keep it this way. So a little pitch. There you got 105 left in the third quarter here. Jets down 26, but the comeback is starting to begin right here. This was way better than Joe Buck, honestly. Well, I'm glad I could make that interesting. So ready to. I pulled up some stats like pregame, like, okay, these are the things to watch for. These are the coverages. Here's how it's going to attack. And then just the game went completely off the rails. But, hey, could be a fun fourth quarter. Oh, Josh Johnson down the field. Was it caught? Looks like, what's the call here? Yes, they're saying it's a catch. You say J.R. Raider. LOL. It's like playing Madden on rookie. That is that's a fair thing. Or playing Madden like for your first time if you've never played video games before, if you're the Jets. Why is Josh Johnson smiling? The dude is getting blown up. I mean, hey, for Josh Johnson, like, hey, you're getting playing time. Like, this is, more than you expect. I had enough of Joe Buck for the World Series. So let me know what you guys think. From what I understand, like, the baseball community hates Joe Buck a lot more than the football community does. It seems like a lot of people really don't like Joe Buck, for the baseball analyst a little bit more, which he's even come out and said he doesn't watch much baseball. So I kind of understand that. I like him as a football guy, but I can get it from the baseball perspective. All right, fourth quarter. I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Just, hang on for a minute. All right, I'm back. If I can't get the motivation to do my homework, I will have him do it. Okay. Everyone ask him homework question. All right, I'll do your homework. This chat is going to be interesting. Give me no Jets cover 10.5. Well, that's actually interesting. Could the Jets come back and cover 10.5? So this is the fun question. Is there a chance the Jets, because they're down 26, so it seems like a bit much. But they're driving the ball now. The Colts might put in Sam Ellinger. You get a turnover. It's possible. Like, right? I mean, you would need 17, so you would need a field goal and 2 touchdowns, probably 3 touchdowns. So probably not. But there is at least a chance. Jackson, can you please recite the quadratic formula? Nope, cannot do that. Jackson, the Jets haven't been good since 2010. That is true. But hey, the Buccaneers weren't good since 2002, or I guess they hadn't made the playoffs since 2007 until last year when they won the Super Bowl. So it could happen. What are your thoughts on the economic instability of the Republic of Congo and how it affects the stock market and tech companies here in America? I think the world is good. World peace. Right? Just right world peace. No one will disagree. A+. All right. Game back on. 14 seconds left. You see Josh Johnson run a play action. He's looking and he's going to go. No, he throws it and it's incomplete. Is it picked? It is not picked. Only the guy who ended up with the ball. He says he got it. We'll see. Didn't look picked. So let's see. Johnson's gonna run the play action. I don't care about this part. Just show us the. Why do we need to see the whole sack in slow motion? Why not show? Yeah, here we go. So we're gonna see the potential pick here. Deflected away, and yeah, clearly. I mean, what are you doing? Complaining about that? I don't know about that. Romo on a Brady or Mahomes game and stuff. I don't know. I kind of like it. Like I feel like people. I get people don't like when people. Okay, so ball is snapped. Josh Johnson throws it in the middle. Get a good gain there. Hey, there you go. Elijah Moore doing well. Josh Johnson doing well. There's some optimism there. But yeah, I think when people complain about like Collinsworth gets it a lot too. Like Collinsworth with Aaron Rodgers. My take is like I probably act that way around talking about Aaron Rodgers and Mahomes and Brady. It's like yeah, like they're fun to watch. Like they're just incredible stuff. And when you actually watch every single game every week, like the guys who are great really do jump out, and that's kind of how I feel about it. All right, ball is snapped, and you're going to have a bit of a running lane. Okay, there you go. I mean, listen, the takeaway you have for the Jets is your offense has played solid. Like, your offense has not been the issue here. Your defense has just been so bad. So, all right, here we go. Colts sticking with this coverage. I mean, I don't know why you stick with the coverage. I guess you just feel like, hey, I wonder if the Colts are kind of in the mindset of, listen, we're up 26. We're just going to play a cover 3 every single play, and you get whatever yards you get. Like, we're just not going to show you anything. We're not going to show anyone any pressure. Josh Johnson rolling out. He's going to run for about 3 yards. So 13:34 on the game clock, second down, or I guess third down now, and 3 or so. All right. 13:18 on the play clock here. What do you do here? Third down and 2. I think you maybe run it here. Maybe you do you don't show up as though you're running it, but a running play could be the move here. Yeah, see, I like this. Against this front, I mean, there's 5 men. I don't hate the run. Man coverage, cover 1 man. Oh, they went 5 wide. So, okay. Oh, got the offside. So there you go. You'll get the first down, throws over the middle, and picks up more than 5 yards. So, okay. There you go. Let's see. They overhype routine throws or checkdowns. Again, it's an opinion thing. Like what you like. For me, I like guys who are going to be more. I like guys who are going to go crazy over stuff as opposed to someone who's going to be bland about stuff. Like I want more energy and more passion, not less passion. So I'm always a fan of like the Tony Romo. Like, the criticism is that people say he gets way too into it, even when the game's a blowout. But like I'd prefer that than someone who just like is bored and wants to go home. That's how I feel about it. So here we go. Takes the snap. We got his zone coverage. A wide open receiver. Instead, he just throws it. I guess that was a play, but could have had a touchdown had this not been a design tight end screen. Thoughts on the Aaron Rodgers situation? Ooh, we could give some spicy takes here. Probably won't do that. My thought on it is I think it's objectively hilarious. I just think it's funny. I'm sorry. This whole thing is just absolutely hilarious to me. The fact that he got so mad that they drafted Jordan Love and now Love is going to start because, of this whole situation. I'm sorry. I find it funny. Whatever. Anyone can give their take on it. I'm not going to get too political, though, just because I don't feel like it. Handoff. You're going to see run for about a yard. Great red zone play calling by the Jets. Yep. That's true. Hot take. Are you vaccinated? I am. I am vaccinated. All right. There you go. That's how that there's your hot take. So okay. 18 left. Here we go. Man coverage again. So let's see what Josh Johnson is going to do with a single safety deep. Johnson takes the snap. He's going to throw over the top. Good throw. Hey, Josh Johnson looks solid. Again, Jets offense is working right now. I mean, both Jets quarterbacks have, like, the passing game has worked today. Uh-oh, do we have a game here? Do we have a game here? So what do? You're down 20 right now. Do you go for two? I guess you go for, yeah, you go for two, right? Go for two, because if you can go get a touchdown and go for two again, then you're down 10 and you can, tie the game with a field goal. So go for two. Luke Brown, Jets touchdown. They are back in business. I agree. There's still a lot of time left. Think Jets make a push. I just don't think I trust the Jets to stop anything. That's the issue. It's not that their offense can't put up the points. It's that, can their defense stop anything? Can their defense give them another 3 drives to have a chance? Hey, good for Josh Johnson, though. I'm Batman. Josh Johnson greater than Zach Wilson. Build a team around him. I love this 3-way quarterback controversy. I'm a huge fan. Is this now 2 backup quarterbacks who have looked better than Zach Wilson? No, it's that when you play a scheme like this, then you're going to have more open receivers. This is what's happening. The first time we've had back-to-back weeks where there's been this scheme. So, I mean, man, think about how well this would have gone if Mike White stayed in the game. Because he would have had open receivers. He would have looked pretty good. This next drive will be by the Colts will be huge. A stop will change the game. Yeah, here we go. So game's back on now. We got a game again. Everyone said this game is over. Nope, we're getting back into it. Josh Johnson against prevent defense, greater than Zach Wilson's entire career. Not exact. I mean, I get that you're making a joke. I know that. I'm saying it's not exactly prevent defense, but it is like they're playing a base coverage. They're accepting the fact that you can throw off of them. That is very much true. Jackson is a Zach Wilson fanboy. He making a joke. Yeah, no, I don't understand this. I don't get the weirdness where it's like, okay, yes, I was a big fan of Zach Wilson coming out of the draft. So shouldn't I give him a lot more leeway than I give the people I wasn't a fan of out of the draft? Like, I just don't understand. People always say, well, you would never make these excuses for like someone who you weren't a fan of. It's like, yeah, because I don't think that they're as good of a prospect. Like you should have that like factor into your decision. If Zach Wilson sucks, fine. I've been wrong. Like just much I've been right on a lot of this stuff, which is why I spent a lot more time this offseason trying to really, pay more attention to what works and what doesn't. But I don't know. I find that criticism bizarre to me. You said this game was over 10 minutes ago. Maybe. Might have said that. But you know what? No, game back on. We got a game again. What should the Browns do with Baker? I think I think it's a very fascinating question. I mean, the nice thing is you don't have to make the decision now, right? You have time to make this decision. So that's what you have. But if he plays like this the rest of the season, it's tough. Like, are you really going to win a Super Bowl with Mayfield? But the question is like, well, what are you going to do if you get rid of him? Are you going to draft the guy? Like, I mean, I think they should go for Aaron Rodgers if you could, but like, would they be able to get him? I don't know. Will you be doing draft breakdowns this week? Probably. I think I'll still do it. I know it's annoying dealing with all the criticism, but it's fun too. And I probably will still do them. Hot take: Wilson has talent and upside, not even comparable to his backups. Like this shouldn't be a hot take. This is objectively true. Now the backups are doing well because they've had guys open where there haven't been guys open in weeks past. And I know most people are going to say, well, that seems like, you're making excuses. Like what a coincidence it would be that right when Zach Wilson goes out, receivers are getting open. But that's what's happened. That's what I've seen. You make your own opinions about it. So, all right, 19 points. They did decide to, kick the field goal, kick the extra point there. Interesting there. All right, so here we go. 3 seconds on the play clock. Wentz fakes a pitch. He's going to throw it to a wide open tight end. Is that Mo Ali Cox, I believe, who's going to pick up 1 billion yards. So there you go. Well, there goes the Jets comeback. No, this is still possible. This can still happen. I wish my name was something cool like Mo Ali Cox. I don't know, Zachary Stewart. It's an all right name. I think Zachary Stewart's fine. So here we go. Why is Wentz still in the game? Like, I guess you gotta keep him in, but I don't know. It feels like at a certain point, maybe you do put in Ellinger. TJ says he's about to throw an untimely pick. Well, we'll see. 9 seconds on the play clock. Jets are playing, what are they playing? Playing man still. Wentz can throw. He's going to throw over top. And oh, that was almost, TJ, you almost called that right there. That was, uh-oh. Wentz hurt something? Wentz looks hurt. I don't know what happened with Wentz. That's no good. Hopefully he's okay. Well, anyways, we'll answer some questions while we see what this. Alex says Mayfield is fine. He just isn't worth 30 to 40 million. I agree, but the issue is like, well, what if Washington pays him 35 million? Like, then he'll go there. It's like you kind of your choices are pay him or don't pay him. It's kind of binary a little bit. All right, man coverage. Here we go. Cover one man. Take a shot down the field, maybe. Wentz throws to Michael Pittman, who's going to go down the field and get a big chunk play. Oh, my God. Well, I guess this is why you don't go for two, right? Because now if they kick a field goal at least, now you're down 22. But again, looking tough. And this is the issue is like, okay, the Jets offense at least is doing enough that you can potentially come back. This defense is tough. Could the Ravens make it to the AFC Championship even with their banged up defense? I think so. I really think they could. I mean, listen, with Lamar Jackson, like anything is possible, basically. I think Lamar adds so much to that offense, and offense wins championships. Their defense hasn't been horrible either. I just don't love the way that they basically blitz everybody. I think there should be some more stuff. So Wentz is going to take the snap here. He's going to throw to a wide open Nyheim Hines. Was he in bounds? Yes, he was. I thought he was out. Nyheim Hines makes the catch, and this in garbage time, the Colts are still running up the score. This is absurd. Wow. I mean, was he in bounds? Let me see the replay. That was dragging. I think that's a good catch. Please don't review it. You know what? Here's what I believe in. When a game is a blowout, at a certain point, there should be a cutoff where there's no instant replays. Like once the game is like a 21-point lead, I guess it was, once the game is clearly a blowout. Oh, they took it away from him. I guess so. The right foot, I don't know. But is the right foot not down? I was looking at the left foot, so maybe that's what happened. How did he think that was in bounds? Well, I mean, I still don't know if it was in bounds or not. I think these things are hard to tell in real time. Who do you think has had the biggest bounce back season of this year? Probably Lamar, right? I think a lot of it isn't really because of him, but I mean, he went from MVP to people were saying he's figured out, kind of like what Mahomes is going through now. So him going back to kind of that like, elite quarterback form, I'd probably say Lamar. Luke Brown said, I got to change my profile pic. The dude isn't even me in that picture. Who's the guy in the picture, Luke? What are you doing with this? What a wild photo to choose then. Do you think the Raiders keep Rich if they make the playoffs? That's an interesting question. Well, why not, right? I mean, make the playoffs. I think that's fine. I think I probably would. All right. 8:18 left in the game clock. You have a 3rd down and 3. Big 3rd down. Can the Jets get the stop here? Play action. Carson Wentz, not a ton open. Throwing to Jack Doyle. Contact, no flag. And we will have a field goal attempt. Big win for the Jets, holding them to just a field goal. So 2 drives now on the night without a touchdown, although this one will still go for 3. They have no reason to play Wentz. They know he's made of glass. I agree. I think get Wentz out of the game. Put Sam Ellinger in. You've spent a lot of capital on backup quarterbacks. Like put Sam Ellinger in. Just see what you got in him, if nothing else. Like you have kind of a luxury of, hey, you're going to be up 20 points at this point, or 22 points at this point. So I agree. Will the Colts put up the burger? That's the question, right? Will they put up the 50 burger? That's what we're all waiting here to see. Luke says definitely put up 50. I don't know. I don't know. What's annoying too is like Frank Reich, of course, is saying like, okay, we're not going to just run out the clock. We're going to keep pushing the ball down the field, which is smart. But this is also continuing the game to last longer as well. We kind of want to see them run out the clock a little bit. Wentz and backups have a bad history. That's also fair. Maybe Wentz is saying like, listen, coach, I got this. Keep me in here. We don't need any Nick Foles magic happening where I'm going to, watch another Super Bowl victory from the sideline. Sign Cam to save first round pick. I think if the Colts have a chance to make the playoffs, they're going to just eat the pick, which I actually don't hate. Like, I wish teams win it more sort of all in more often, right? Like, I wish for example, the Rams. I like that stuff. They give up a second and a third to be good for probably just one more year. I like that kind of stuff. And that's basically the way you think about it, is you're making a trade to move up in the draft to get Carson Wentz for 5 games. Is that worth it or is it not? Also, the super sticker for TJ. Appreciate that very much. There, I sent the 50 burger. All right, there you go. Should this game make the Bengals' loss last week feel worse? I mean, the issue though is like the Colts literally did the same thing on defense that the Bengals did. Like both, I feel like both defenses have gotten beat up kind of just as much. I don't think so. I think it was just kind of a weird game with the Bengals. I think that their offense didn't do exactly as much as they wanted, but I think that the Bengals already should have felt bad. Basically, is what I would say. If the Colts put up 50 points, I'll donate. Okay, well, there you go. I appreciate it. Of course, you don't have to, but yeah. All right. Well, this has been a game, folks. You can't say otherwise. This has certainly been a game of football. Mike White is a defensive coordinator's worst nightmare. He is not. He is not a defensive coordinator. There's a very easy way to prepare for him, and for some reason, 2 coordinators have both failed to do so. Should the Colts have gotten Stafford instead of Wentz? Probably. I mean, the Colts should have gotten Brady, right? They chose Phil Rivers over Brady, and I don't know if they get Brady if they try to get Brady, but like they should have done that. So there's the first error. But I mean, yeah, I would rather have Stafford than Wentz. But if you can't get Stafford, well, what do you do? Well, maybe getting Wentz isn't the worst thing in the world. All right, so kickoff is returned to about the 20-yard line. 7:58 left. Let's see what happens. Josh Johnson, again, give some love for Josh Johnson. He's played fine. I mean, again, what has he really done? Not much. Like, do we have any high hopes for him? Not really. But at least he's come in and done a solid job there. So that's nice to see for Josh Johnson. Good super chat. Buy a good cheese. I will. I'll buy a cheese for you. Some cheese for you. Appreciate that. All right, here we go. Cover 2 man. Yeah, cover 2 man. So they're just going to keep things in front. They're just going to not try too much. Quick screen pass for no yards there. Do you think Brady's overrated? No, I think Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time. I think that here's the way I view greatest quarterback of all time. I think you can make an argument that like an average Peyton Manning or Aaron Rodgers season is better than an average Brady season. I don't think you can make the case that over the career, those guys have performed better just because Brady's played so much longer. So he's been at a top 5 quarterback level for over 20 years. I think that like that value alone, like you look at like EPA and then total points added for the career, Brady has like 25 extra wins, sack right there by not sure who that was, but sack right there. I mean, Brady, like, I think the in terms of EPA per expected points added, Brady has like 25 more wins than Rodgers and like 17 more than Manning, and he's still playing. So, like, no, I don't think Brady's overrated. With the Buccaneers secondary so beat up, do you think they contend for a Super Bowl this year? Well, if the Buccaneers secondary gets healthy, yes. If they don't, then no. That's the way. I mean, if Brady gets hot, anything can happen. But I think that they need to be healthy. I definitely think that. Which I didn't like how they didn't go after Gilmore. I think they should have gone after Stephon Gilmore. That's what I think. What do you think of Pittman this year? I think he's played well. Let's see. It's what's the rule? Face mask here. Like the big penalty. Yeah, agree. This is huge. This one could be the game right here. I don't know. This could be one. Do you think Brady breaks 50 touchdowns? 50. He breaks 70 touchdowns for Tom Brady. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, listen, I keep saying it's a passing league. There's a reason why the Buccaneers keep having success. Best receiving core in football. Get the receivers, good things happen. Good things have that's why they won a Super Bowl. This like look at that Green Bay game. The receivers took over in that game. All right, here we go. Man coverage. Josh throws the ball. Oh, that should have been caught. Come on now. Josh Johnson. I was calling him Josh Jacobs. No, different player. I see Kyle, podcast co-host Kyle, tweeted out, I'm convinced Mike White followed my advice, my being me advice, and faked an injury so Josh Johnson can make him look even more impressive. That's funny stuff. Out of all of the video series you make, what kind is your favorite to create and why? I like the Will It Moneyball series the best personally. I like just sort of using data and kind of coming up with a new topic that's not really about football directly. It's kind of more about like this other stuff. Or I mean, it's about football, but it's not about like a specific team or like what's happening, but kind of more of a broad strokes and kind of gives me a better understanding of what football is as a whole. Those are my favorite. Actually do have a Will It Moneyball coming out, I believe, on Saturday or Friday night. So look out for that. I would say that. Zachary Stewart, that Saints loss last week was on the receivers. Brady overthrowing Mike Evans because it's only 6'5". They have to get taller receivers. Exactly. So we agreed, Zachary Stewart. We're on the same page. All right. Another cover two man. Johnson throws to a completely shut off receiver and Elijah Moore, who cannot get anything going. Now, Keelan Cole is hurt too. Well, that's not great. What do you think about taunting penalties? I said it right when it happened. I'm not a fan. I don't like the taunting penalties. I think it's stupid. I think we should evaluate players on how well they play football. You should get credit for playing football good. You should get blamed for playing football poorly. That's all I really care about. Um, so yeah, I mean that's kind of the main thing. I don't like external stuff. I know you could say, well, you got to control your emotions better. That's true, but I want to see a team win football games because they play better football, not because they control their emotions better. That's how I view it. Josh Johnson has looked pretty good to me. He's fun. Like he's a fun quarterback. He's not a horrible quarterback. But I think someone in the comments said earlier, like there's a reason he's been in the league since 2008 and is still playing. But like, I mean, he's also not a great quarterback. Like I've seen enough of. Listen, I went to I've watched a lot of Josh Johnson's games when he played for the Buccaneers. This is a while back, so I didn't watch it with a trained eye. I was a teenager at the time, but I think that let's not get too hyped up on the Josh Johnson hype. But maybe he's proven that he can be a backup. Handoff for decent gain there. Why is Patrick Mahomes start throwing so much interceptions now? So it is true that Mahomes got away with a lot last year and isn't getting away with it as much this year. Or he's gotten away with it a lot the past few years. Now luck has the pendulum has swung the other way, where now he's actually getting unlucky. So you expect him to not continue throwing as much, but he still probably is going to throw a decent amount. Human beings have emotions. There's no point penalizing it. Completely agree. I'm completely on the same page. Do you think Zach Wilson should have sat a year? I mean, in hindsight, yeah. But like, I thought he would have been NFL ready. So like, you can put blame on me. I thought he was going to be good this year. So like, I don't blame him for not making that decision. Do you watch the NBA at all? If so, do you have a favorite team? I do watch the NBA. Do not have a favorite team. I like watching certain teams play. There's certain players I like, but I don't. I kind of just watch it to watch it. How old are you? I am 26. Bruce Arians is an overrated coach. Change my mind. I feel like Bruce Arians is properly rated. Like one of the things that Bruce Arians doesn't get enough credit for is Tampa Bay was a complete losing culture when Arians got there, and he got them to the point where Tom Brady was willing to come here, right? Like he made the team respectable. He made the team look solid. So is Arians the best X's and O's coach? No, I don't love how, like, again, they don't even have an analytics department in Tampa Bay, like, which drives me crazy, of course, as sort of an analytics guy who is a Bucs fan. But he also, again, in terms of like the motivational stuff, does a really good job there. So is he the best coach in the league? No. Is he a good coach? Obviously, yes. He's won a Super Bowl. Do you think Kyler Murray will surpass Russell Wilson in accomplishments or Super Bowl wins? That's a fascinating question. Also, yes. You know what? I'm going to go with it. I'll say yes. Kyler Murray wins 2 Super Bowls. How about that for a hot take? While we're, at 11:15 on the East Coast, 3 minutes and 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Josh Johnson scrambles out. He's going to, pick up some yards. So, hey, nice little drive for the Jets here. Johnson picking up his stats. Jets are sabotaging the Colts 50 burger. I know, Luke. This is looking like it's not going to be a 50 burger because Colts probably will run the clock out. How did you meet Kyle? LOL. Kyle and I met through my brother. My brother and Kyle used to work together at the Publix Deli, which I also worked at the Publix Deli. Publix is a grocery store here in Florida. Kyle and my brother Jimmy, they worked together for a couple of years. They became friends, and so I kind of met him through my brother, and we would hang out sometimes, and typically would talk sports. And we always seemingly had really fun conversations when we talked sports. So I had the YouTube channel. I sort of started growing it, and I said, I kind of wanted a podcast for a while, and I sort of figured, like, hey, Kyle's pretty good at this stuff, and he's been great on the podcast. It's been a perfect fit. It's been a lot of fun. So I probably talked to Kyle more I've definitely talked to Kyle more on a podcast than not on a podcast. So we're definitely more of like, we've become more friends through the podcast than through anything else, but it's been a lot of fun. Jimmy and Jackson, hey, you guys twins, not twins. But why hasn't Jimmy been on the pod? Yeah, we could do that sometime. That would be a fun, maybe like an off-season podcast. I could see something like that. Let's see. Let's go, Publix. Hey, if any of you visit Florida, get a pub sub. Go to Publix, get the chicken tender sub, get it tossed in buffalo, get ranch on it. You'll thank me later. Garlic pickles on it. Trust me, I know it sounds weird. It's fantastic, though. That's the move you have to go. Have you seen the video, Jameis Winston Publix video where he got locked up in the background? It's great. Yeah, well, we can talk about that another time. A little pass here. Touchdown. Ty Johnson, who fumbled earlier, gets into the end zone. So good for him, feeling a little better. Hey, Jets offense feeling good back on the flight. They're saying, hey, this wasn't on us. You can't put this blame on us. We did everything the way we were trying to do. I think it's too early for playoff picture. What the old expression, right, is season starts after Thanksgiving. So we're getting there. Luke Brown, I'm heading to Florida soon. Going to have to check Publix out. Do it. Tell me and report back, Luke, after you have again, chicken tender sub. The other subs are fine. They're all right. Chicken tender, that's the one you have to get. All right. So, hey, 15-point game. Could this be comeback of all comebacks, right? Get a quick stop. Use your timeouts. You're going to need an onside kick, but that's possible. So go for the onside kick right away, right? If you're the Jets, just go for the onside kick. Jets can cover 10, ? They could. This would be the all-time backdoor cover, right? If the Jets somehow covered this spread. What teams do you love to watch follow other than the Bucs this season? I always like the Ravens, and I've always liked the Ravens back when, Joe Flacco was there. I kind of, the Bucs would never be in the playoffs, so I needed a team to root for, and I kind of just would always end up rooting for the Ravens, the Joe Flacco, Ed Reed, Ray Lewis team. I always liked those guys. Really, Ed Reed was my favorite player on that team, and I like Joe Flacco as well. So, and then now with Lamar Jackson, I like them. The Raiders, because the Raiders videos do so well on this channel that it's kind of become like a, hey, if the Raiders win, it makes more money for me. So I like that. So that's always fun. But yeah, those are interesting teams. I think Kansas City is always interesting. I like teams of good quarterbacks. Like that's exciting for me. I like Aaron Rodgers. And I like who else? Like, Seattle when Russell Wilson is healthy, that kind of stuff. Is Joe Flacco elite? Obviously. Everyone knows Joe Flacco's elite. The most elite quarterback ever. Not even a question. Joe Flacco's elite. Yep, we all agree. All right, so you got to go for the onside kick here. You just got to. Let's see what they do. Because if you don't get it, you can at least get another shot. Going for the onside kick. It is up, and it is, high bounce, but caught by Jack Doyle. Well, okay, there you go. Hey, you knew you get 2 shots at it. That was the first. Let's see what happens the second time. I also, this season, I've really enjoyed the Cardinals. Cardinals have been a really fun team to watch. Kyler has been awesome. DeAndre Hopkins is incredible. Cardinals are another fun team. Why is Wentz still out? I have no idea. I think this is insane to me. Wentz is still in, LOL. Why are they playing this man? It would have been one thing too if okay, it's someone who has a history of not getting hurt or whatever. Wentz maybe they're just going to run the ball 3 times, so who cares who's the quarterback? It might just be something like that because they're going to run it here and gain nothing. Seeing Nathan Peter Goat get cut by the Raiders was sad. Hey, Peterman, back on the practice squad. No, there's still time left. Peterman can start his Hall of Fame career eventually. Out of all the rookie quarterbacks, which will have the best career and which will have the best numbers over their career? I'm sticking with Zach Wilson. I said it preseason. I'm going to say it now. I'm not going to change my opinion based off of 5 games or whatever. I'm going with Wilson. What was Kyle's reaction when you stole Brady from him? We were podcasting at the time. We were podcasting. I remember one of our first podcasts was our top 20 quarterbacks of all time. And I said Brady was number 1 before he was on my team. So I'm glad that I have that locked in. You can't say that I'm being biased when I say it. I think Kyle was just disappointed he was gone. But Kyle still likes Brady. So it's kind of a weird, fun thing. All right. Playing cover 1 man here. Let's see. Do you pass the ball? Perhaps 3:28 left. Jets called their timeout. Surprised they called it as early as they did. Wentz is going to run. He's going to be sacked. Uh-oh. Do we still have time, perhaps? LMAO, Jackson still think Wilson is better. Well, who's better? Who else would you say? Mac Jones? I like Mac Jones, but again, there is the upside factor with Jones. I knew Mac Jones was going to be good heading into the season. We all knew Mac Jones. We didn't know. A lot of people said he was a project, which I thought was silly. He's the most pro-ready quarterback. It's not like he's been amazing his rookie season. Trevor Lawrence has had his ups and downs. I think Zach Wilson has shown his ups, and I think that there's the talent is still there. Yeah, I'll still go. I loved him in college. I'm not going to completely get away with that. He reminds me a lot of a young Josh Allen. The nice stuff is still there. Yes, there's the issues, but I trust the talent. Here we go. 3rd and 10. 7 seconds on the play clock. Man coverage. Cover 2 man. Can the Jets do this? Carson Wentz going to throw down the field, going for a bomb, and it's incomplete. And the Jets are going to get the ball back. Uh-oh. We got a chance. Imagine betting on the Colts 10.5. And then why did it keep showing the offensive lineman touchdown? What? Why? I feel like they've shown it 18 times. What if the Jets came back and won? How insane would that be? They would need an onside, but even you wouldn't necessarily need an onside kick, right? If you were to manage to score a touchdown on one play, which seems unlikely, but if you were to manage to do it, you could potentially win this game without even getting the onside kick. So here we go. Ball bounces, gets a Colts bounce, will be caught at the 9-yard line. Again, it's going back to the offensive lineman. Okay, we get it. He got a touchdown. We're aware of this. I guess they just don't have much to talk about, which, understand. Listen, I feel you. What do you think will be the Super Bowl matchup this season? I kind of already said that earlier. So I would still probably say, how about Buccaneers Bills? Wouldn't that be fun? Bills going to the Super Bowl against Tom Brady. That would just be a blast. All right, here we go. Jets at their 10-yard line. Let's go for a bomb right here. They're playing cover two. Let's just take a shot towards the sideline. Why don't we? Work the sidelines. Johnson throws to going for the bomb. Oh, did he get it? Oh, come on. Lay out for that one. Ah. Sorry, came late to the stream. No worries. It's all good. Understandable. LMAO, who is Jeff Smith? No idea. I saw Smith and I was like, if you're struggling to make the Jets team, maybe not the best NFL player. Yo, where overlap at? I don't know. Where did overlap go? Here we go. Maybe he's being a responsible adult and not watching this game, staying up to make sure you watch every single football game ever. All right, deep coverage. Come on, throw it over the middle. Oh, to your right. There you go. Yep. Oh, he dropped it. You idiot. Oh, come on. We need to get the Jets all-time backdoor cover. Guys are dropping it. If Joe Flacco was in, the comeback would be possible. Joe Flacco was in, they'd be up 20 already. This would be 65-45 Jets. By the way, I'm a new sub. Love the in-depth analysis. Keep up. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I like this comment. Obama. I don't know what that's referring to, but all right. Come on, Michael. Don't get political here. All right. 2:58 left in the game. 9 seconds on the play clock. 3rd down and 10. Come on, Johnson. We got something. Josh Johnson throws in this. Oh, it's that intercepted. They're saying looks like it's intercepted for a touchdown. Or was it? Good tackle at the goal line. Michael says, not to get political, but coleslaw. I mean, Michael, what are we doing here? Constantly, this stuff. How do you watch all the games on Sunday? I watch a Dolphins game and I'm exhausted the rest of the day. I typically, I'm a big watcher of the condensed version of the games, so that helps me get through them all quicker. I'm also I tend to keep an eye on multiple games at a time when watching live, so that's another way I do it. Yeah, okay, not an interception. So 4th down. Here we go. What's happening here? Are they reviewing it? You cannot review this. I don't know what's that. I think they're not. I don't know what's happening. Whatever. Okay, so 2:56 left. Come on, Jets, make a game. So if you're the Jets, like the realistic logic is we're not going to get a touchdown on one play. Let's just try and score a touchdown here. Let's focus on the drive. We have 3 minutes left. Try to get a touchdown about a minute 30 left. Accept the fact that we're not going to win this game unless we get the onside kick. That's the correct move. Quick pass, and it's going to be caught for a 1st down. Hey, that's the Joe Flacco special, right? Check down on 4th down to get the conversion. Shout out Ray Rice, although I'm not sure if you can shout him out anymore. There we go. Jets get it on 4th down. Hope remains. This could happen. Jets really going to cover. LOL. Let's cover. This could happen. Will this happen? Cover 2 zone. Deep cover 2 zone. Throw over the middle. Johnson. No, he takes the check down. And this is going to be another 1st down. This could happen. A touchdown will create the cover. This is incredible. This is the greatest. This is the greatest game ever. This is the greatest game of all time. I can't believe this. What if the Jets win? Like, how absurd would that be? If the Jets somehow pulled this off. All right. 17 seconds left in the play clock. Colts playing this cover 2 zone. You have, again, open receivers over the middle, and they're just going to keep taking the checkdowns. You keep giving it to them. Why get out of bounds? Hurry up. Get another playoff before the 2-minute warning. Luke Brown, I am loving this game, bro. It's just a fantastic game. I mean, they're not even trying. Like, I don't know. Maybe I care more about this than they do. I don't know. Okay, no. 2:02 left. 2:01 gets the snap off. Gets one more play. And Johnson's going to throw, and they're going to get another conversion. Get out of bounds. Doesn't matter. 42-yard line. Hey, 2-minute warning. This could happen, especially if you bet money on this. You're starting to sweat right now. Incredible. Vegas fuming right now. Yeah, no good. I mean, remember this line at one point was plus minus 26.5. What are some of these numbers? Someone put Johnson 270, 3 touchdowns in the chat. I want to see like what's the efficiency and everything. So Josh Johnson, 36 attempts, but still 288 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. That's pretty good. For the attempts per yards, you'll take that. And Mike White threw 95 yards on 11 attempts. So that's even better. And then for the Colts, 272 yards on 30 attempts. So, I mean, the yards per passing play is going to be very high in this one for sure. Colts currently have 533 yards. Jets 400. What's the most yards in a game? That's what I want to know. Was it the Super Bowl with the Eagles? Most yards and okay, we got the game back, but I got to figure this out. Okay, Johnson's going to throw a check down. They're going to gain a few yards here. Most total yards in an NFL game. So, okay, total offensive yards is 1,151. We're currently at about 1,000. So, it's unlikely. There is a chance we could potentially get a record here. We need a touchdown, and then we would need like another, basically touchdown drive. If the Jets win this game, it would be the record for most yards in a game. Here we go. 10 seconds left in the play clock. Another deep cover 2 zone. Johnson's going to keep throwing over the middle. And oh, no, intercepted. Flag down. What's the flag? Come on. Takes the knee. What's the flag? Give it to us. Pass interference. We're still alive, baby. Game's still going on. Woohoo! The miracle comeback, still alive. That was a fine play. There was a tug there. I mean, it could have gone either way. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. All right, still alive, baby. The miracle comeback is still going. So what you got to do, right, is you got to go for 2 both times, right? If you get a touchdown, go for 2, make it a 7-point game. Get another touchdown, go for 2 again, try to win the game. I think that's what you got to do if you're the Jets. This is just an absurd game. Like, the fact that this has happened is insane. 140 left in the game clock, 16 on the play clock. Again, the Colts keep playing this cover, it's cover 3 zone right here, it looks like. I mean, they're letting the Jets come at them. Going to be just another quick, check down. Can't get out of bounds, though. Going to have to hurry up. I mean, listen, the Colts strategy is clearly like, we're just going to let you, we're going to play the same coverage. We're not going to show anything different, and we're going to let you do this. But, I mean, it's kind of a danger. You're playing with fire a little bit. All right, Johnson, come on. Throws, and it's going to be complete for a few yards there. Josh Johnson is amazing right now, better than stupid Mike White. I love the, again, 3-way quarterback controversy. This is just an absolute blast. What an absurd game. This is just absolutely fantastic. Jets currently have 457 total yards. The Colts currently have 533 total yards. Hey, the Colts did the what is it? Jaguars head coach. I'm blanking on his name. The Urban Meyer, 250 rushing yards and 250 receiving yards. Here we go. 111. Johnson takes the snap. He's going to throw over the middle, and that's going to be caught. Going to get the first down. Got to hurry, though. Keelan Cole, who's back in the game. That's nice to see. With 1 minute exactly on the play clock, or on the game clock, excuse me. Come on, hurry up, Johnson. This could happen. Are they going to cover? 50 seconds. Johnson patted up, and it is intercepted, and that's the game. The Colts do end up covering the game. That's a tough one to end it. Tough one. Not Johnson's fault, though. The GOAT, who got off to a slow start, he's upset. Hey, I like Josh Johnson disappointed. That's kind of nice to see. I mean, he's fighting even though the game is over. Good for Josh Johnson. But yeah, I mean, that's just one of those unlucky plays. Face Zuckerberg, worst timeline. Agreed. I like how the coaches on the sideline, like why do you care? Like what? Like, of course we're gonna lose. Like they don't. Josh Johnson's so upset. Everyone's just like yeah, of course we were losing the whole time. So, well, that was sorry, they're just gonna knee it down. So Colts do cover Fun game though. At the end of the day, kind of some intrigue there. Hey, Colts, good for you. I mean, I know it's the Jets, but you at least blew out the Jets. Although, got to work on that defense. Got to work not on the personnel so much, but the I mean personnel, and I mean that was just an ugly performance defensively. So that's the concern. All right, did the Jets call a timeout? No. What's happened? So game's over? No, the game's not over. They still have. What are we doing? Wait, that what? There was 45 seconds left. How did it just take one knee and then the game's over? That's not how that works. You can't just like take. I guess who cares? Okay, whatever. That's odd. All right. Well, I guess that's the game. So scoregami. Is it a scoregami? Wait, let's check that out. Is that true? I want to figure that out. I want to check the scoregami bot or whatever. Yeah, so 45-30, scoregami. There we go. How about that? There's something to watch in the chat. We got a scoregami. So that was fun. What a weird game. I don't know what to make of that. All right. Well, hey, I hope you guys enjoyed this live reaction show. It was fun. I enjoy doing this kind of stuff. I think hopefully I would certainly enjoy it more if the game was, good. I think that would have probably made things better. But hey, we saw a scoregami. That's all you can ask for. My dog seems like she's, very much not into this. She's falling asleep only halfway on her bed. Don't know what's going on there. But yeah, very fun. We saw one of the weirder games I think we've seen in quite some time. Hope you guys enjoyed this live stream very much. I'll see you guys. Not this. I still got some videos prepared, even though I'm going to be out of town for the next couple of days. If any news breaks, I won't be able to make any content about it. So hopefully nothing too crazy happens these next couple of days. And then on Sunday, I'm not going to make my videos as usual, but I'll try to have some content out around like midnight or so. So hopefully before then, but something like that. So that was a game of football. Certainly true. Hope you guys enjoyed all of this. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.